This dazed-looking young man is Shen Changqing, a transmigrator from the 21st century to the 10th year of the Zhenguan era of the Great Tang Dynasty. It would have been one thing not to transmigrate as a prince, a royal, or a rich heir. But on top of that, he didn't even get a support system. Even working his butt off, he could only earn enough to rent this dilapidated shack in front of him. How depressing. Although this house is run down, luckily it's still clean. It's just plastered with all sorts of random talismans and charms, probably because the previous owner was superstitious. I'm a man of the new era with atheistic beliefs. I'm not afraid of this fraudulent evil spirit nonsense. With that thought, Shen Changqing tore down all the talismans and threw them into a corner of the house. In the middle of the house was a peach wood sword carved with a taiji symbol stuck upright in the ground as if it were suppressing something. So superstitious. Anyway, I'll just calm down and have a smoke to ease the frustration. The young man then lit a cigarette for himself with a very fancy-looking lighter. Look at that stoned expression on his face, no different from an addict. As the young man puffed on his cigarette and walked into the house, the rotten wood began to sprout buds and leaves. Who would leave junk like this lying around? Shen Changqing tried to pull the sword out, but it was so rotten that it unexpectedly broke in two. Damn, what a cheap piece of junk. Completely useless, he muttered. Just then, a faint female voice echoed from within the room. Young master, please save me. Young master me, is someone here? This house is supposed to be abandoned. Shen Changqing was surprised. Suddenly, a stream of spiritual energy rose from the broken sword, and a taiji symbol appeared on the ground. This is my house. Get out of here. As a voice rang out, Shen Changqing threw open the door. His eyes fell upon a girl in a red dress, her appearance both seductive and bewitching. Young master, you've arrived. The girl smiled. Shen Changqing felt his heart beat faster. Oh my God, I think I'm in love, he thought. The girl pretended to fall towards him, but Shen Changqing quickly sidestepped, causing her to stumble to the ground. Miss, please don't do that. I'm a decent man. I'm not into these kinds of forceful advances, he said. The girl got up, tugged on his shirt, and said, I have no money, so I can only offer my body as payment. She was trying to seduce him. With her seductive charms, Shen Changqing felt uncomfortable but tried to remain calm. Miss, it's getting late. If there's nothing else, please go home. You shouldn't just wander into abandoned houses like this. It's very dangerous, he advised, but while he was lecturing, the girl began to release her demonic aura everywhere. Shen Changqing walked over to a painting on the wall and said, I heard this place is likely haunted. Aren't you scared? The demoness sneered. Is the young master afraid of ghosts? Ha ha ha. You are a child of fortune chosen by the heavens. You have nothing to fear. By now, the demoness had crept up right behind him. She was just one step away from devouring him. Scene changed to another location. Two people were talking, one large and one small. The large man was the martial judge of the city god temple. He stroked his bushy beard and said, Taoist master, do not worry. I am the city god of Jingyang County. The martial judge and I will help you exterminate this demon. Suddenly, the thin Taoist master's expression changed. This is bad. My ceiling formation has been broken. Back with Shen Changqing, he was still spouting nonsense, completely unaware of the danger behind him. All this talk of demons and ghosts is just ancient superstition. We should believe in science, he said. The demoness crept ever closer, her claws sharp and ready. Huh, what's this? It looks like a coin. Shen Changqing suddenly noticed, but while he was distracted, the demoness prepared to take him out in a single move, but just then, Shen Changqing lifted the table again to pick up the coin, accidentally knocking it right into the female ghost's face. Money falling from the sky. I'm so lucky. He laughed loudly. Oh, what a surprise. One unusually large coin flew out from a bag, glittering with a brilliant golden light. A mechanical voice rang out. The system is starting up. Please wait a moment. Why are you in such a hurry? Oh, this is the system. The young man's eyes sparkled like stars as he said excitedly, Finally, the treasure meant for transmigrators like me has appeared. Let me see what special functions this system brings. Current uptime is 7,159 minutes and 59 seconds. Please recharge your energy promptly. First charge reward 6 tails in 6 hours. Second charge reward 22 tails in 20 hours. Third charge reward 120 taels in 256 hours. Fourth charge reward 648 taels in 150 hours. Warning, if you do not recharge before the countdown ends, the system will force the host to kick the bucket immediately. Upon hearing this, Trung Tun was so angry he was about to go insane. What kind of weird system is this? Are you messing with me? I haven't even done anything, and I'm already a goner. Behind him, the female ghost who had just been hit recovered her senses. She feigned a gentle demeanor and said, "It is late, my lord. Let this servant help you rest." In his rage, Trung Tun flailed his arms wildly, and the female ghost once again became the victim. He punched her straight in the face, causing her to cry out, Goodness me, I'm falling." As she fell, the female ghost tried to grab Trung Tun's hand, trying to appear as helpful as possible. "Why are you still here?" "I'm a grown man. I don't need anyone with me when I sleep." Seeing that Trung Tun wasn't helping her, the female ghost switched tactics. She sprang up and fell onto him, her face looking as if she was on cloud 9. "Oh, how can this be just by touching this man? My body goes into a state of pure bliss." For the first time, Trung Tun felt flustered, his face flushing red. "Little miss, let's just stop here for today, okay? We can meet again some other time." Suddenly, two figures burst in from outside. It was a Taoist master and an underworld judge of the city god. Acting as if they were in a Judge Bao drama, they roared. You audacious demon. Trung Tun hadn't even processed what was happening, but the female ghost pressed closer, leaving him at a loss. The other two witnessed the intimate scene and the beautiful female ghost, and they froze for 30 seconds. The judge said, "Is this the superclass old ghost you were talking about? And what's the deal with that mortal?" The Taoist master replied, "Your Excellency Judge, don't be deceived by her appearance. This is just her trick to drain that man's life essence." "Wretched creature, unhand him." Trung Tun broke out in a cold sweat. "Crap, I've been caught red-handed." She started it. "It has nothing to do with me, I swear." Sob, sob. Trung Tun thought that this girl might be a celestial maiden on the run, and those two are her pursuers. Oh no, with a scene like this, am I going to get beaten to a pulp? To avoid any misunderstanding, I have to pretend I'm not involved. With that thought, Trung Tun mercilessly shoved the girl away with a palm strike. The female ghost fell hard and groaned, "So good, so good." Ouch, I've fallen again. Good heavens, does this guy have no sense of chivalry at all? And here I thought you were just some young lady who had lost her way, or perhaps a maiden who had strayed from the right path. I never expected you to be an immortal on the run trying to steal my money. He talked a big game, but inwardly he was crying a river. I don't even have any money for you to scam. Everything was devoured by the system. Seeing Trung Tun's actions, the Taoist priest and the martial judge stared wide-eyed and frowned, thinking to themselves, even Lord Yang has no way to deal with the ghost. And yet, with just a gentle push from him, half of the demonic energy dissipated. He is just a mortal. Yet he doesn't bow upon seeing me, the city god of the underworld. How disrespectful. The martial judge angrily stepped forward, shouting in Trung Tun's face, "You insignificant mortal, do you have any idea which deity you are standing before? And which deity do you claim to be? Looking at that gaudy, weird outfit of yours, you are clearly up to no good. My family is dirt poor. We do not have a single penny for you to scam." What was it again? City god of the underworld. Yeah, right. Well, I am the Jade Emperor himself. Have scammers these days gotten so unprofessional? As soon as Trung Tun finished speaking, he threw the demoness out and yelled, "Get lost! I am pissed off right now." With that said, Trung Tun turned and walked into his house. He slammed the door shut as a warning to the two lunatics and the demoness. The three of them stood frozen with darkened faces whispering, "Daojang, I cannot use my divine power anymore." Me neither. It seems to have started the moment I stepped into this courtyard. Our magic powers have been nullified. Could that man be a celestial being? The martial judge looked down at the demoness, seeing her entire body emitting a thick, strange, demonic aura. "Dao Zhang, how should we deal with this old demon?" Hearing this, the Taoist priest took to his heels and ran for his life. "That old demon is ferocious. I am going to find my master for help. Hey, do not leave me here alone." The martial judge stood frozen, breaking out in a cold sweat. "Let us negotiate a bit." In the courtyard, the demoness transformed into an old woman so ugly that her own kind would reject her. The martial judge's terrified scream echoed everywhere outside Trong Thun's room. A group of dark souls were lurking. It smells so good. Just smelling this fragrance is enough. My demonic power is already boiling. His whole body is mine. From a puff of smoke, a fair white foot appeared, followed by a fluffy tail. A beautiful, curvaceous girl materialized. How interesting. This mortal emanates such an alluring aura. No wonder all the demons for 100 miles around crave him. The girl stuck out her tongue, her eyes gazing forward with desire. If I can absorb his life essence, I will surely ascend to immortality. After speaking, the girl walked forward and opened the door. The creaking of the door gave Trong Thun a headache. He came out frowning and shouted, "You demon, what is with all the noise? It is the middle of the night. Let people get some rest, will you?" A golden aura erupted from Trong Thun's body, blasting away the fox girl and the dark souls. A brilliant light flashed, revealing a fox ear. It turned out the fox girl had reverted to her original form, looking dazed, not understanding what happened. At Hao Trak Temple in Chojingyang County, the fox girl lay unconscious in front of a small courtyard. A moment later, she woke up, opened her eyes, and looked around. Is it almost dawn? Was I unconscious for that long? While still dazed, she sensed the presence of vengeful spirits and demons behind her. She turned around and saw a female demon with a cold gaze. A dense, dark aura surrounded her, and in her hand was a ball of demonic energy. The fox girl, terrified her fur, standing on end, screamed, "A ghost! Chew me!" She collapsed to the ground with a sigh. My magic power is all gone. That damned golden light from last night. She looked up and saw the female demon approaching her, surrounded by grotesque faces. Is my life over? Just then, Trungjang opened the door to say good morning, and the little fox, seeing an escape, ran towards him, only for him to slam the door shut because it was still dark and he'd rather sleep in. The sight turned the little fox to stone as the dark aura closed in from behind in that very moment. A cold, evil aura from that demon. Suddenly appearing right behind the little girl, the demon leaned down with a malicious smirk and whispered into the fox's ear, "Little one, are you lost?" Hearing this, the little fox's face went pale, drenched in cold sweat, her throat tight, unable to utter a word as the demon suddenly opened its mouth wide and roared. What a tasty little morsel. The panicked little fox screamed, I'm dead, in her utter terror. Just as the little fox thought she was about to meet her ancestors, Trong Thun suddenly appeared, opening the door. A golden light from his body instantly dispelled the pitch-black, sinister aura. Trong Thun stood there, a basket over his shoulder, and glanced into the distance. It was a good idea to leave a little early today. This system is truly terrifying. It demands money and my life. What bad luck. As he walked, he accidentally stepped on the little fox's tail. Ouch, where did this dog come from? The little fox cried out. It hurts. You're the dog. Your whole family are dogs. Now, let me go. Trong Thun sat down, scratching his head, staring at the little fox who was holding her swollen red tail, and chuckled, "Ha. Sorry about that. Whose spirit familiar are you? Why did you run to my doorstep? You look so cute. Come here and let me pet you a little. Get away, you foolish human. Don't touch me." Despite her protests, Trong Thun still moved closer. He gently patted the little fox's head. Strangely, when he touched her, the little fox suddenly felt her whole body relax, comfortably lying still to enjoy it. What's happening? How can his hand contain such powerful spiritual energy? No wonder I feel so comfortable. Wait a minute, is it a stray dog, or does it have no owner? Maybe I can adopt it. Nah, forget it. I can't even take care of myself right now. Hee. My golden right hand truly lives up to its reputation. Just one touch, and even a dog is mesmerized. A dog, huh? I'm dirt poor right now, and this system is forcing me to pay up, so I can't keep you. You should go find a richer owner. What in the world is going on with this guy? Last night, just a single angry shout from him instantly killed the 100 ghosts, forcing me, the Fox Immortal of Thang Kao, to revert to my original form and lose all my magical power. And just now, the 9 merged vengeful spirits didn't even dare to show their faces. Moreover, just by him petting me a little, my cultivation that had been stagnant for 100 years had a breakthrough, all while Trong Thun was doing his morning routine. The playful little fox followed behind and was accidentally splashed by his waterfall. Ah, it's a spirit spring. Thank you for this gift from nature. Holy crap, just a few drops of water, and it's like I've received a precious treasure. The little fox chuckled softly. Looking at your expression, you like me that much, huh? As Trong Tun was staring intently at the little fox, a monster's maw suddenly appeared about to attack him. Abruptly, a giant coin materialized beside Trong Tun. At the same time, a notification appeared. Time left to live 6,236 minutes and 44 seconds. It then quickly dropped to 48 hours, 36 minutes, and 44 seconds. That coin had blocked the monster's attack. Its spiritual energy vanished. The little fox was astonished by what had just happened, while Trong Thon's weakened body slumped to the ground. What is this? I feel like my body is being hollowed out. Time left to live 48 hours. After that, he fainted. His remaining time to live dropped to 14 hours, 36 minutes, and 44 seconds. The little fox bit his clothes tightly and started dragging him away. She thought to herself, right now, the yin energy is rampant. I have to drag the immortal master away from this place. Hang in there, immortal master, all while his head was bumping repeatedly against the ground. He immediately stood up and explained that he probably had low blood sugar from not eating breakfast and that she needn't worry. Xiao Hu immediately realized that he was, as she suspected, a reclusive master. Even after being attacked by the fused ghost willow, he was completely unharmed. He must have been pretending to be unconscious to test whether I would run away alone. Luckily, I was smart enough to see through his trick. Meanwhile, Chang Qing glanced at the notification panel showing his remaining survival time only 14 hours, 30 minutes, and 11 seconds left. What the heck is this? I only slept for 8 hours at most. From 72 hours, it's down to just 14. This damn system. Is it even trying to let me live? Although I don't understand what the esteemed master is saying, I'm sure his words contain some profound truth of the great Tao. My cultivation level is still too shallow for me to comprehend it. I must absolutely latch on to this esteemed master. Ha ha ha! At this time, the Taoist priest had returned to report the matter to his master. Master, please instruct me on how we should handle this. An old man arrived on a flying sword, muttering to himself, That master has weakened the 9 resentful ghosts in the Zichou Hao residence last night. We should strike them down while they're still weak. This man is Yuan Tiangong. Your disciple obeys, I will go. Invite the martial judge, the underworld god, and the city god to exorcise the ghosts and restore peace to Jingyang County. Old man Tiangong looked at the Bagua diagram in his hand. The Bagua diagram was enveloped by an aura of energy. He pondered and sighed, thinking to himself, the master who broke the 3 Yang formation. I wonder if he's still in Jingyang County. If I am fortunate enough to meet him, I must discuss the Tao with him. Curious about Chang Qing's identity, he raised his hand to perform a divination. After a moment of calculation, he was utterly shocked that he could not divine Chang Qing's origins. Could it be that his cultivation level far surpasses my own? A moment later, old man Tiangong formed a hand seal and ran into the marketplace where he happened upon Chang Qing giving a fortune reading to a man. Brother, the spot between your eyebrows has turned dark. A great disaster is coming. Hearing this, the man broke out in a cold sweat. Aren't you supposed to be reading my palm? Why are you talking about the spot between my eyebrows? There are thousands of fortune-telling methods, but they all come from the same source. Don't be so rigid about the form. Old man Tiangong heard those words. He scowled in annoyance. To dare swindle people in broad daylight, right in front of me. Suddenly, Chang Qing shot to his feet, holding out a scroll that emitted a radiant light. He then rolled it up and handed it to the man who asked, So what should I do? Brother, do not worry. Just hang this Immortals ink treasure scroll in your home. I guarantee it will make you impervious to all poisons. It's not 999, not 888. For just 10 taels of silver, you can take it home. When the young man heard the price, his eyes nearly popped out of their sockets and sweat poured down like rain. As he hesitated, an old woman suddenly appeared behind him. Oh my, it's Taoist Master Shen. The lady I work for was afflicted by an evil spirit. It was he who saved her. Hearing this, Chang Qing was delighted, thinking one step closer to becoming a peerless master. As it turns out, the old woman was an actor he had hired. Great acting, I'll give you a bonus. And so the old woman immediately started shouting to the crowd, hawking his wares on the street like this. How could he possibly be a fraud? That evil entity. In the end, we were lucky to have Taoist Master Shen. Otherwise, I'm afraid my lady would have kicked the bucket. The crowd listened wide-eyed and completely convinced, as did the young man from before. Hearing that, he immediately offered Chang Ching a handful of money. All right, Taoist Master, I want that piece of calligraphy. Chang Ching reached out and took the handful of money from the man's hand. Baring his teeth in a confident smile, old man Tiangong saw this and immediately spoke up. Wait, which sect does this little immortal belong to? Does he have an identity certificate issued by the authorities? Which Taoist temple does he cultivate at? Hearing this, Chang Ching frowned, staring at old man Tiangong and muttering, "Is this guy picking on me?" Before he could answer, old man Tiangong continued pointing at Chang Ching's face and yelling, "You stinky brat! So young and not studying properly yet, you've learned to scam people. Today I will certainly not let you get away with this." Chang Ching, not one to be outdone, slammed his foot on the table and retorted, "Damn it, who the hell are you? You're just a commoner who doesn't even understand physiognomy. Yet you dare claim your calligraphy can exorcise evil and ward off disaster." The argument grew more and more heated, their two faces getting closer and closer. "Whoever makes a claim must prove it. You say my calligraphy can't exorcise evil. Then show me the proof. You can eat whatever you want, but you can't just talk nonsense. Be careful, or I'll sue you for slander. You stinky brat, you have such a sharp tongue. How dare you demand proof?" Looking at old man Tiangong's furious expression, Chang Ching smirked. "Hanging calligraphy to ward off evil is just for peace of mind. What are you going to do about it, you angry old man?" Pointing at the old woman standing behind him, he glared and shouted, "My words! Yuan Tiangong's words are the proof. Furthermore, I dare say she is your accomplice." Hearing this, Chang Ching raised his middle finger in response. "Oh, is that so, Yuan Tiangong, my ass? Well, I'm Li Shimin then. If you're really Yuan Tiangong, then get lost and go play in the imperial court. Why are you here picking on me?" Hearing this, the old man was so enraged his hair stood on end. He formed a hand seal, and instantly a golden light flared. "You shameless brat, daring to speak the sage's name directly. Don't be so arrogant. Oh crap, I'm screwed. The lily light? Huh." Seeing this, Chang Ching's face turned pale. "Old geezer, what are you trying to do?" Old man Tiangong glared at Chang Ching and yelled, "Whoever dares blaspheme the Taoist arts, come and taste the righteous power of my mystic school." When nothing happened, Chang Ching peeked his eyes open to see the old man standing frozen in front of him, and he playfully doodled on old man Tiangong's palm. Meanwhile, the old man had no idea why his magical power had vanished. Chang Ching seized the opportunity to point at the old man's face. He yelled, well, so you're the real swindler. You must have been afraid I'd steal your business, so you deliberately came to cause trouble." Right. Taoist Master, quickly get rid of this public menace for us. Deal with him." The old man couldn't believe his eyes. He stared at his own palm, muttering, "Impossible. In my 15 years of cultivation, I have never encountered a situation like this." Chang Ching pressed his advantage, standing up with his hands on his hips. "Everyone stay sharp. Don't fall into this swindler's trap. If you want peace for your home but can't find it, take a card from Taoist Master Tham." Hearing this, the old man flew into a rage, stormed over, and flipped Trong Than's desk. "In broad daylight, even if I can't use my powers, I will not let you continue to swindle people here. Hey, you bald old man, I'd advise you to be careful." Just as he was about to strike the little brat on the head, a powerful spiritual aura burst into the sky from the calligraphy on the desk. This startled Lao Thian Kwong, his two eyes bulging out. Lao Thian Kwong stared intently at the golden light on the paper, thinking to himself, This character, why does it possess such an unimaginable Taoist might? That terrifies me." Truong Than saw the old man's face darken and gritted his teeth in anger. "If this young master doesn't make some money, I'll die anyway. Before I die, I'll definitely drag you down with me." Just as he finished speaking, Lao Thian Kwong suddenly knelt and kowtowed before Truong Than. This shocked him to think this character contains the great Tao. This junior had eyes but failed to see Mount Tai. And I slandered a great senior. I beg the great master for his generous forgiveness. Is this guy nuts? Who was being so sarcastic just a moment ago? A dramatic old woman in the crowd pointed at the scene and spoke up. At first, this old Taoist master didn't believe it, but now he's been struck by the divine power of Taoist Master Tham. And now he's convinced. Boss Tham making money is what's important. This is a great opportunity for publicity. Trong Then tapped his head with his fan to clear his mind. Right. Making money is still more important. So he immediately put on an act adopting a benevolent tone. It's all right. This humble Taoist, no. This immortal will not hold it against you. After all, you are also a cultivator. Surely you understand the principle of karma. Lao Thien Quang's face grew stern. Sweat poured down like rain as he mumbled. It turns out I had treated him as a mere mortal. This must be the state of returning to one's true self after achieving immortality. A person's fate is decreed by the heavens. If I were to recklessly help them resolve their adversities, it would be no different from going against heaven's will. But to accept a few taels of silver as a symbol of benevolence to help them overcome their difficulties. That is the truly good outcome. The crowd below, their faces illuminated by the golden light, all gasped in awe. Heaven's laws are clear and karma is cyclical. I've cultivated for so many years, yet failed to grasp this principle. What a waste. Hearing this, Trong Then's face scrunched up as if he were being crushed, and he thought to himself, stop spouting nonsense and pay up. Just as he thought that Lao Thien Quang took out a sparkling black stone. To offer such a priceless treasure as a mere trade would be an insult to you, senior. This junior sincerely asks you to bestow this calligraphic treasure upon me. It will definitely be placed in a place of honor in my hall for daily contemplation. This is the only item this junior carries that is worthy of your status. Senior Trong Thun immediately snatched the black stone from his hand. Lao Tin Kung watched intently. What does this stone do? This sky mending stone is the most precious treasure on this junior's person. After examining it, Trong Thun slammed his hand on the table. This startled Lao Thien Quang, making him break out in a cold sweat. I don't need this stone. Don't you have anything more practical? Hearing this, Lao Thien Quang looked up to the heavens as an idea struck him. In the blink of an eye, he was holding the golden calligraphy scroll, his body stark naked, shouting, "Many thanks to Senior for teaching me the Tao." This junior will definitely contemplate the profound principles hidden within it every day after Lao Thien Quang left. A young man who came for a fortune reading spoke up with a bewildered look on his face. Taoist, Master Tham, you sold the calligraphy to him. What about me? Rest assured, I had already calculated that he would appear, so I came prepared. After speaking, Trong Thun unrolled a scroll. This character, Duan, exorcises evil and wards off wickedness. It is very suitable for you. Great, I'll buy it. The man took the wisdom scroll in his hands and danced for joy, as if at a festival. And Chang Ching's basket of scrolls has now become incredibly valuable. Scene change. The martial judge Cho Hao Trake and a Taoist priest appear in Chang Ching's courtyard. The martial judge holding a broom gritted his teeth and said, "How can this demon gather demonic energy so quickly? It's even stronger than before." The young Taoist priest stared intently at the 8 trigram plate in his hand. Gritting his teeth, he said, "Martial judge, don't be hasty. My master has arrived in Jingyang County. I'll send a message for him to come over." Just as he finished speaking, a huge gust of wind suddenly swept in, making the young Taoist priest jump and his eyes fly open. Before he could steady himself, a blast of evil energy shot in from the door, straight at him, shattering the 8 trigram plate in his hand. In that moment of crisis, someone punched the blast of evil energy with all their might. As it was baring its fangs to attack, it turned out to be the martial judge. He used all his strength to grab hold of the evil energy and shouted, "Fellow Taoist, now is the time." The young Taoist priest immediately raised 2 fingers, forming a seal. Golden lightning bolts then shot out from his fingertips. The 8 trigram formation behind him launched a sword that flew straight towards the purple evil energy. The sword and the energy clashed violently, creating a terrifying explosion. Upon seeing Chang Ching, the sword immediately plunged straight into the ground, accompanied by a strange aura. Chang Ching looked around his house, his eyes bloodshot. Damn it, I was only gone for a moment, and these scoundrels have already wrecked my place. Oh my God! He turned to look at the door, so shocked his eyes nearly popped out of his head. Good heavens, the courtyard I just rented. Chang Ching furiously pointed right at the martial judge and the Taoist priest. He yelled, "You two are really something. You couldn't scam me last night, so you came to cause trouble while I was away today, didn't you?" While he was busy cursing, Chang Ching didn't notice that behind him, the evil energy had escaped from the golden light sword. The two men saw it and immediately raised their hands. They shouted, "Watch out! The evil energy behind you is slowly taking the form of a terrifying monster." Its entire body radiated a sinister aura. Both of them stared with their jaws agape, breaking out in a cold sweat as goosebumps covered their skin. "There's a demon at your feet. Why are you just standing there? Hurry up!" Chang Ching looked down at the ground with a blank expression. What demon? Looking down, a demon was rising up from the ground, its mouth wide open as if to swallow him whole, starting from between his legs. Chang Ching looked down and lifted his leg to see if there was actually a demon there. Then he glared up at the sky and accidentally brought his foot down, stomping on the demon and causing it to explode in a cloud of smoke. Damn it! But in truth, Chang Ching had no idea what he had just done. He was just panicking, sweat pouring down like a waterfall as the demon's enraged evil energy chased the stumbling Chang Ching all around the house. What was that noise just now? The two men stared at the scene before them, jaws agape in astonishment, shouting, "The 9 vengeance demon that has plagued Jingyang County for over 15 years was just dissipated by his stomp." The Taoist priest approached Chang Ching, looking at him with deep admiration. This humble Taoist is Li Chunfeng, successor to the Heavenly Dipper Divine Divination Academy. May I ask for the great master's esteemed name? Li Chunfeng, you say? Taoist Master Li of the Heavenly Dipper Academy. Do you work for the Imperial Astronomy Bureau? This humble Taoist's cultivation is not yet high enough to enter the Imperial Astronomy Bureau. After he finished speaking, Chang Ching glanced at the martial judge. So this bearded lord looks familiar. He must be one of the underworld gods of the city god temple, right? I remember when I went into the temple before the god statue looked just like him. The martial judge stepped forward, clasping his hands in a salute. I am indeed the martial judge from the city god's underworld court. I apologize for offending you before, and I thank you, fellow Taoists, for not holding a grudge and for lending your aid. After hearing this, Chang Ching lit a cigarette and took a long drag to calm down. With the cigarette dangling from his lips, his eyes gazed blankly towards the main hall. Truly such simple and honest folk. As he thought this, Chang Ching's eyes welled up with tears, the smoke he exhaled forming a perfect O. He felt a lump in his throat. To meet 3 scammers in a single short day. How can I Shen Chang Ching be this unlucky? Utterly heartbroken, Chang Ching spread his arms wide, pointing in every direction. I am a student of Marxism-Leninism. I only believe in getting rich through hard work, not in supernatural powers. So, let's talk about something a bit more realistic, shall we? You two did this to my house. So tell me, how are you going to make this right? Trung Tun sighed helplessly as his eyes scanned the dilapidated house. He couldn't see any evil demons, but it was crawling with poverty spirits, 3 of them to be exact. Thuan Fong stepped closer. He whispered softly, Great Master, this humble one only has this little bit on me. How about you let this humble one stay and help you repair the house? Truong Then glanced at the few gold and silver coins in his hand and reluctantly nodded. Fine, that works. After that, he led the 2 of them to the front of the house. He pointed towards the pile of rubble red bricks and mud for the repairs. You guys can take care of that yourselves. Don't just stand there gawking. Get to work. After just 1 hour, the house was completely repaired. Truong Then stood inside. He placed his earnings for the day on the table. The pawnshop owner wouldn't even take this stone. I guess I can only use it as a paperweight. The set of clothes from that old man got me 2 taels. After giving Big Auntie her cut, I made a total of 20 taels today. He was counting the money. Suddenly, a brilliant light shone right in his face. The system panel appeared, instantly showing a button to select the money he had just earned. Hey, that's my money. Leave me a little bit, will you? Trung Tun stared intently at the system panel, seeing the time increase from 9 minutes and 56 seconds to 3,556. He suddenly realized he had met the conditions for a reward. First-time deposit reward. You can receive 2 rewards. The first deposit reward is now being drawn. Thousands of items appeared on the system panel, Wow, so dazzling. Is the system finally giving me a cheat code? SSR, give me an SSR. After a moment of loading, the system granted Trong Thun 2 manuals, leaving him stunned. His eyes bulged, veins popped on his forehead, and his pupils shrank to the size of pinpricks. Oh my god. Soil fertilizer. Creation method. Storage preservation method. System. Are you for real? I'm about to starve to death, and I pull these 2 damn things. With dark circles under his 2 eyes like a panda, Trong Thun trembled all over, as I thought a normal person like me shouldn't be playing these pay-to-win games. A moment later, Trong Thun walked to the door and placed a hand on Thuan Fong's shoulder. Why are you still here? Don't tell me you're waiting around for a free meal. He then tried to subtly shoo Li Thuan Fong away. It's getting late. You helped me patch that hole today, so you should get going now. Just then, a little fox ran in carrying a small bag in its mouth. Seeing it, Thuan Fong's eyes widened in shock. The great fox immortal. Trong Thun sat down and took the bag of food. You're here again. It's useless to bring me things to try and butter me up. I can't even feed myself right now. How am I supposed to feed you? Thuan Fong said softly. Great master, that's not a dog, it's a fox. Trong Thun turned to look at Thuan Fong. Are you talking to me? At the same time, the little fox shot up, grinding its teeth. If you dare run your mouth, you're dead meat. Trong Thun gently stroked the little fox demon's paw. This little creature really has a spirit of its own. Seeing as you've tried so hard, I'll reluctantly let you stay. From now on, your name will be Little White. Okay. Hearing this, the fox demon happily barked twice, woof woof, to please him. That night, during the hour of the ox, a water dragon appeared in the sky, weaving through the dense clouds. The water dragon chased a white dragon, calling out, Sister, wait for me. Royal father is not well. We must find someone to cure him. While flying, the white dragon suddenly noticed something. There's a flash of brilliant golden light up ahead. Little green, look, what is that? With that, the 2 dragons transformed into 2 beautiful women. I can feel an immense spiritual pressure within that blinding golden light. It must be a descending immortal or the birth of a rare treasure. Let's go see. Life was already full of irony, but for Trong Thun, things seemed even crueler. He didn't have much time left to live, yet his stomach wouldn't stop growling. Helpless Trong Thun slammed his head on the bed 30 times, whimpering in pain. Sob, 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 I'm so hungry. Where's my money? The system must have swallowed it all. Unable to even get through the day, Trong Thun bit down on his bedsheet to console himself, his eyes welling with tears. Oh, system, if you keep this up, I'll starve to death before you even get a chance to kill me. Outside Trong Thun's room, a dense, golden spiritual energy enveloped the area, but above it, a demonic aura appeared. The little fox demon noticed it. Glancing up, she wondered to herself, what is that sound? Why does it contain such a strange Tao rhythm? With that thought, the little fox leaped onto the roof. Standing under the moonlight, she imagined a scene of passion with Trong Thun. The magical power in my body is surging. It's an uncontrollable urge. I truly want to be with him. Demonic energy continuously absorbed into the little fox's body under the moonlight. Below, the combined demon of 9 ghostly sorrows was lurking outside Trong Thun's room after absorbing enough demonic energy. The little fox returned to her original form, standing on the roof. She looked down coldly at the demons. These creatures were already defeated by the immortal master, yet they dared disturb his rest. They truly don't know the meaning of life and death. The combined demon unleashed a terrifying ghostly aura, its eyes wide and mouth agape, as if to devour everything. Beside it, Thuan Fong's face turned pale. On the roof, the little fox erupted with power. The powerful aura of a fierce fox appeared behind her. The demon below was no less impressive, combining into a ferocious fiend and charging straight for the little fox. In his room, Trong Thun slept on peacefully, lost in a sweet dream. At the same time, the dragon sisters watched from a distance, utterly astonished. Sister, the demonic energy is so strong for this tiny Jingyang county. To have so many powerful demons. The white dragon looked down at the erupting brawl and spoke. No wonder, for these demons and ghouls, the spiritual energy surrounding the person in that room is like a sun in the middle of the night. It's impossible to ignore. Returning to the demonic battle, the clashing auras of power seemed immense. but in reality, it was just two wenches scratching and clawing at each other like they were in a catfight over a man. The two dragons, white and green, descended from the sky, shouting, "What fiends dare cause chaos in the mortal realm?" Hearing this, the two wenches turned to look bewildered, but their hands never let go of each other's hair. The white dragon stepped forward and said sternly, "Fiends are fiends. Few creatures can remain composed before a true dragon like me, yet you two are still standing. It seems you have some skill." Hearing this, the little fox stared wide-eyed and retorted, "What are you talking about, you two long worms? I bet you're both here for the man in that room, aren't you? Stop with the righteous act." The other demon turned with a sinister smile. "How about we cooperate and eliminate this slutty fox? As for that man, we can each take half." The little fox's face darkened, her eyes as sharp and cold as a devil's. She pinned the demon's head down with her claws. "You dare call me a slutty fox? I am the fox immortal of Qingqiu. You better listen up. If you dare make a move on the immortal master, your time is up. I'll kill you, you damn sharp-toothed demon." Sensing the little fox's terrifying aura, the dragon princess grew concerned. "Sister, could this fox have practiced body cultivation? She's frightening. So, how does that feel? And you two, do you want to fight? I am the fox immortal of Qingqiu Humph. If that's how you want it, I'll oblige you. Mystic thunder, true law, exterminate evil by the edict of the Heavenly Thunder Division." A blinding bolt of lightning tore through the sky. It plummeted straight towards the ground, but the power of the heavenly thunder was stopped by a protective barrier surrounding the house. It turns out the thunder user was also injured by the backlash from the barrier. Why did my spell suddenly disappear? Where's my lightning? Tisk tisk, to dare show off your powers in the immortal master's residence, you truly don't know your place. The enraged fox spirit looked no different than a ball of fury. She charged straight at the dragon princess, but the dragon princess nimbly dodged. At that moment, through a crack in the door, the dragon princess saw a golden aura emanating from inside Trong Thun's house. An otherworldly expert. Could this be the great master I've been searching for? My father, the king, can be saved. A fierce battle erupted in Trong Thun's house. Isn't this a battle between immortals? To be able to witness this scene, it would be worth it, even if I died. Damn it. This fox is really hard to deal with. It seemed the dragon princess was being overpowered as the two girls continued to clash violently. A nearby tree looked like it wanted to curse. Fight all you want, but what does it have to do with me? The two of them just kept chasing each other around Trong Thun's house. At this moment, Trong Thun was also awakened by the loud noise. Good grief, let me see who's being so inconsiderate. It's noisy every night. If you don't want to sleep, then don't. Why are you bothering me? Trong Thun opened the door and stepped out. At that moment, the fox spirit was tightly bound by the dragon princess. The moment he saw them, Trong Thun immediately slammed the door shut. Good grief, the noise must be causing me to hallucinate. I need to calm down. Trong Thun opened the door again to confirm, to see if what he saw was real or not. This time, the dragon princess's leg was being held by the fox spirit. What a peculiar position. Trong Thun's jaw dropped at the scene before him. Good grief, what is this situation? All three of them looked at each other awkwardly. Xiao Bai, you damn dog. With so many people in the house, you don't even bark once. What good are you, huh? Where's my dog? You two stop it for me. What are you doing fighting in my courtyard in the middle of the night? And where did you take my dog? While Trong Thun was yelling, the two girls were still fighting fiercely. Trong Thun rushed forward and grabbed both of their hands. You fool, let go of me. Why is my body trembling? Just from touching Trong Thun's hand, the two girls became flustered, feeling the magical power in their bodies surge beyond their control. To their surprise, the Dragon Clan's Princess Bai Long immediately revealed her identity, warning Trong Thun about the fox spirit, but he just casually tossed her aside, not believing her words and continuing to ask about his dog. Trong Thun declared himself a man of socialism, a believer in materialism and the bane of old gods. And he introduced himself with a series of mundane titles, while both girls felt their cultivation power rapidly increase just from his touch. After some time, who knows what Trong Thun did, but the two of them were now cowering, barging into a private residence, disturbing my sleep, and even stealing my dog. Don't think I'll go easy on you just because you're women. You're young. Don't you have anything better to do? Hurry up and tell me where you hid my dog. Suddenly, Li Shenfeng ran over, shouting, almost giving Chang Ching a fatal heart attack. Immortal Master the dog is here. Whoa, where did you come from? Why haven't you left yet? Do you know you almost scared me to death? Why are you here? Didn't I tell you to fix the door and then leave? Immortal Master, your cultivation is so profound. This humble Taoist wants you to accept me as your disciple and teach me your wondrous techniques. I'm begging you, Immortal Master Qin Duong County, every morning. A bird was flying in the sky towards a golden beam of light. It was the Black Demon King, one of the 4 great demon kings. The bird landed on top of a tower. He looked in the direction the light was coming from and wondered what's going on over there with that golden light. Why does it make me feel so terrified? He remembered his master's words. The great Black Mountain King told me to scout ahead. This is the territory of the 9 sound-transmitting ghosts. For a golden light to be shining here, could it be that a treasure has been born into the world? He laughed sinisterly. If I bring this treasure back, the Black Demon King will surely make me the leader of the 4 great demon kings. This time, I'll make those other 3 submit completely. An hour later, under the bright sun, he sat by the door, holding the fox, a bewildered look on his face. 3 people were kneeling on the ground. Bai Long had recounted the entire story. Immortal Master, that is what happened. The mischievous fox jumped into his arms. Taoist Li, stop rambling. I'm just an ordinary person. What wondrous techniques could I possibly have to teach you? There are no ghosts in this little courtyard of mine, so why haven't you left yet? He looked down at the 2 dragons. And as for you 2, a moment ago you told me your father was gravely ill and you were just passing by to ask for some medicine. And now you're mixed up with a fox demon. So much trouble. The whole dog-stealing thing was my misunderstanding. You still want me to treat your esteemed father. I suggest you call a proper doctor to your home to examine the old man. That's the right thing to do. He slung his tools over his shoulder and pointed directly at the 3 of them. All right then. It's morning already. I don't have any breakfast to offer you. I have to go earn a living, so please see yourselves out. The 3 of them sat on the ground watching his retreating back. Qinglong cried his eyes out. Big sister, did we make the Immortal Master unhappy? Is that why he won't agree to help us? Bai Long was stunned. I can't believe that fox demon was raised by the Immortal Master. It seems we'll have to show 12 times more sincerity. As he walked out the door, the fox even teased the 3 of them. He set up his stall to continue selling demon-exorcising talismans. Setting up shop. The fox lay on the stall. People immediately crowded around. Great Master Shen. Great Master Shen. See me first, I have silver. Last time, Great Master Shen scared that gang leader so badly he knelt down. He must have real skills. Just then, Magistrate Feng of Qin Duong County arrived. His soldiers hurriedly held back the crowd. Make way. Everyone make way. He pointed at him. There's a report that you've been swindling people on the street. Aren't you that person? He angrily slammed the table. Which bastard reported me trying to get me arrested? Without hesitation, the soldiers clamped his neck between 2 wooden poles. The judge behind them raised a hand. Exalted one. Exalted one. The judge pointed in a direction. Something's wrong. Something has happened to Inspector Hao Track. Everyone immediately looked in the direction the judge was pointing. A pillar of black light had appeared in the sky. The crowd murmured. Quick look. Demonic energy is shooting straight up into the sky. How horrifying. Why would a demon dare to cause a ruckus in broad daylight like this? Don't you know, the demon in this Hao Track manor is extremely terrifying. He looked at everyone as if they were delusional, then pointed to his own house with a bewildered expression. Are you people serious? The sky is perfectly clear. The official beside him stared in astonishment. He turned his head, his mind filled with questions. Dahuzi, what do you mean? Are you so bored that you're playing a prank on me? Inside the house, the black eagle kingbird was rummaging everywhere. Treasure, oh treasure, where are you? Come home with me now. Where on earth is it hidden? Not here. Not here either. It tore the room apart, but still couldn't find what it was looking for. 3 large question marks appeared in its mind. Strange, I clearly saw a golden light appear just a moment ago. That was the sign of a treasure manifesting. So why can't I find it? Outside, a crowd was rushing towards the house. Hurry and see Taoist Master Shen is about to perform a live demon catching. Could it be the evil demon from Hao Track Manor that has plagued our Jingyang County for years? We must go see if Taoist Master Shen can truly catch it. If he can, I'll buy 2 of his calligraphy scrolls to protect my home. The crowd gathered in front of his house while in the bushes, 1 person and 2 dragons secretly watched the commotion. Excellent, the immortal master is back. He strode majestically into the house, followed by the judge and the other official. Immeasurable heavenly lord. A fox appeared and slapped the 3 of them until they coughed up blood, then scolded, "You couldn't even protect the house. And you still want to stay by the master's side to await his divine techniques." The 2 people behind them exchanged confused glances. Bai Long spoke up. "The one inside is the Black Eagle King, one of the 4 great demon kings serving the Black Mountain Old Demon. We truly are no match for him," the fox said confidently. Just you watch. Even if the Black Mountain Old Demon himself showed up, our master would reduce him to dust." The bird inside overheard the voices outside. Black Mountain, Master, Taoist Master, vanquishing demons. Suddenly it snapped to attention. This is bad. Before I came down the mountain, the great king Black Mountain warned me that in the mortal realm there's a place called the Kongtian Bureau, which has powerful masters. Don't tell me I've been targeted by them. Everyone followed him inside. The judge said respectfully, "Master, this place is perilous, and there are many citizens nearby. I must stay outside to protect them. I'll leave the evil entity inside to you." He crossed his arms, his face darkening. "Isn't it just because you're afraid?" The other official heard this and chimed in. "Little brother, if you can destroy the demon in Hao Track Manor, then this official will no longer believe you're a fraud." He smirked sinisterly. His eyes glinted. And if this little brother can't do it, I'll beat him up in front of everyone to make an example of him for all the other criminals in Jingyang County. As expected of me, I'm a great judge of character." The bird frantically tried to flee. "I did hear them mention some kind of master earlier. That's why I came to take a look. It tried to phase through the wall, but slammed right into it. So dizzy, staggering. So many stars." He opened the door. "What is this? That banging sound? It couldn't be a rat, could it?" Hearing a noise inside, he entered while holding something. Such a loud commotion. It must be a huge rat. I wonder if little Snow White catches rats. The bird was now hiding on a ceiling beam. It looked down at him indignantly. "A rat? Is he talking about me, this venerable one? Could he be that master? You discovered my presence the moment you stepped into the room. How outrageous. For better or worse, I am the Demon King. What's this nonsense about wanting to capture me?" Down below, you held the mirror, scanning the surroundings outside the room, where the air was strangely quiet. Everyone stared intently inside. The judge spoke up, as expected of a great master. He suppressed the evil spirit the moment he entered the room. Immediately inside the room, he rummaged through everything. On the table, there was even toilet paper. His entire fortune was piled on the tabletop. He bowed his head and sighed. That bearded old 6 insisted this house was haunted in front of everyone, and now the whole county has come to watch. If today's performance fails, my livelihood will be over. An image appeared in his mind of the county magistrate throwing him in jail, shackling his neck and hands. His honor, the magistrate, will definitely throw me in prison. He glanced at the system and scratched his face. Remaining lifetime 29, 23, 33. When the time runs out, the host will be immediately annihilated. He looked down at the table. If I'm thrown into the great prison this countdown, it will surely kill me. Wait a minute. My phone. There's a way. There's even a smartphone. This is amazing. An idea flashed in his mind. Wait, this phone can help me clear the suspicion and even make a huge sum of money. He hurriedly picked up the phone and swiped the screen. If I brought personal belongings with me when I transmigrated, I must have downloaded quite a few movies to watch. As he was searching, a loud cry suddenly echoed in the room. Boom. Stop. Stop it. The sound startled everyone outside. What was that noise? The county magistrate asked with a red face. The people around were also alarmed. It must be a ghost. A woman quickly covered her child's ears, but why did this cry sound so strange? The child looked around blankly. Inside the room, he paid no mind to the earlier scream. Without a hint of embarrassment, he continued scrolling on his phone. A slip of the hand made the wrong selection. Good thing no one's here or I'd die of embarrassment. The bird in the tree was dumbfounded, unable to believe its eyes. What? What kind of magical artifact is that? Why is it emitting primordial arts on its own? But I have never heard of such arts like Ya Matey. Your phone is truly a treasure. He opened the camera and took a picture catching the bird in the shot. Unfortunately, there's no internet in ancient times. Besides taking photos, it's no different from a brick. The bird looked at the phone's screen. Its eyes were as if blinded. Ah, this light, my eyes, my eyes. The bird's dantian shattered, its inner core disintegrated. The bird collapsed, trembling all over. This mortal cultivator clearly discovered me, and he pretended not to see me. It turns out he was waiting for me to lower my guard, then attack me with a profound primordial art down below. He was still cheerfully taking pictures of his surroundings. At this moment, the bird's heart and body were nearly deadened. The minds of mortals are truly vicious. From outside, the county magistrate shouted in Taoist, "Master Shen, stalling for time is useless. If you don't come out, I will send men in to arrest you," the judge sneered. Such limited knowledge, daring to doubt a great master. He stepped out. I'm here. Your Honor, the county magistrate. What's the rush? Didn't you all say that my humble abode, the Chohao residence, has been occupied by a ghost for many years and no one could break the curse? Today, I Shen Changqing have taken action. The evil spirit in this residence has been captured alive by me. He took out his phone on which a ghost was crawling out of the screen. Sadako is crawling out. The proof is right here. Seeing this scene, everyone was utterly terrified. A ghost, the ghost crawling out of the well. Run. Even the judge, the dragon Taoist, and the fox demon were terrified by this ghost's aura. Such powerful, resentful energy. It's even stronger than a 9th-level wraith. He pointed to the phone and assured everyone, don't be afraid. The evil spirit has been sealed by me in this treasure mirror. It will no longer harm the common folk. Hearing this, the ghost panicked. What? He rewound the video, and the ghost went back inside. Look at this, everyone. If I want her to come forward, she must come forward. He continued to rewind. If I want her to retreat, she must go back down. The ghost was now exhausted to the point of breathlessness. She made a seductive gesture. He said, "Stop it." He shook the phone in his hand. So, what do you think? Pretty awesome, right? As soon as he finished speaking, 5 people immediately knelt down. A female ghost with such heaven-piercing, resentful energy is being toyed with in the palm of Taoist Master Shen's hand. Like this immortal master, your great power in exterminating evil spirits and protecting the people is of immeasurable merit. Why did this treasure mirror suddenly go dark? The county magistrate asked, trembling. He looked again at the phone. The battery was dead. He shoved his phone away and made up another lie. Him, opening the third eye. Isn't that easy? What you all just witnessed was already a luxury. But today, you will all witness with your own eyes how this item has been contaminated by yin energy, making it difficult for the Trake household to find peace. However, this Taoist technique has been thoroughly researched for exorcising evil. Recently, I have been able to write the evil-suppressing stone characters. Hearing this, the district magistrate's attitude immediately changed, and he hurriedly took out a bag of money. Taoist master, please bestow this ink treasure upon me. The crowd surged forward noisily. I've been in line since early this morning. Please give me priority. Master Quan, you're not allowed to cut in line either. Even people from outside who heard of his reputation rushed over. Where are you all going? There's a great master in Hautrak. I want to ask for a piece of calligraphy to protect my household. His residence in Hautrak was now completely packed with people. Is he really that amazing? Wang Erkson witnessed Taoist Master Shen exorcise a ghost with his own eyes. How could it possibly be fake? Oh, Jingyang is saved. I have to buy one too. The man who bought the calligraphy cried his eyes out. Taoist Master Shen is so kind. He still bestowed this ink treasure upon me, even with his swollen hand. So touching the bald man explained, that's not swelling. That's the true chi emanating from the ink treasure. The Hautrak residence was now empty. His hand was swollen from writing so much. He hugged the pile of money in his hands. You all have worked hard today. Please stay for a meal. I'm just going to my room to tidy up first. I've written so much today. My hand feels like a printing press. He tremblingly opened the mirror. The four people's eyes lit up as they stared. He closed the mirror again and then threw it wide open. It was completely full of money inside. He was so happy he jumped for joy. Ha 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 ha, I finally have money. I'm finally free from being a slave to the system. This master is now a rich player. Hearing this, the four people chimed in. Senior Immortal Master asked us to stay for a meal. Doesn't that mean he has finally acknowledged us? This is great. The fox pouted. Why does this fox immortal feel like a neglected pet? A voice rang out. Revive my servant. A protective barrier formed around the How Trake residence, dispelling all the demonic aura. The five people looked on, bewildered. The demonic aura is gone. Could it be that the great master has acted? The bird inside was so injured it was foaming at the mouth. It was filled with hatred for being unable to kill him. This was my original power. Now it's just golden light. This venerable one is furious. How frustrating, the money hadn't even warmed my hands yet, and my remaining lifespan is only 275 hours, 1 minute, and 1 second. The first top-up reward come on 6 tails for 6 hours. Just then, the system panel displayed a notification. Handmade soap recipe. Grind seashells into powder. Add water and the powder to plant ash. Pour the liquid from the top of the mixture into oil, then shape and cut into bars. Let it cure for 10 to 30 days for the saponification reaction to complete. This stuff is a great product for this era. Ordinary people just use basins to wash themselves. Wouldn't having soap be much more convenient? The money would come rolling in, but I only have 10 days, and making soap takes at least 10 days, so I'll have to think of another way to earn money. Suddenly, the Black Eagle King, unable to withstand the pressure from the pure aura, fainted and fell from the ceiling. What the hell was that? You scared me. Oh, so the noise earlier wasn't a rat, but a wild chicken that flew in ancient times are really great. Even the wild chickens are this big. You poor little thing! I wonder how long you've been trapped in this room. You probably fainted from hunger. You're lucky you ran into me. I'm a kind person, is the great master, planning to use the art of resurrection to revive the Demon King. Why would that be impossible? If the Demon King is revived, the consequences will be unimaginable. A great master truly has a benevolent heart to show compassion even for a demonic beast, as expected of an immortal master. In his eyes, all living beings are equal. If the immortal master can resurrect the Demon King, then curing my royal father's illness should be a trivial matter, right? A moment later, the group of fanatics saw Trong Than's creation. Their eyes widened and jaws dropped as they shouted, What the heck? It turns out he was roasting it. Not stopping there, Shan Trong Than continued to sprinkle sweet seasonings onto the roasted Black Eagle King. However, the aroma that rose was not a fragrant one, but a thick stench of demonic energy. The fanatics whispered the flesh of a great demon is already extremely poisonous, let alone that of a demon king. Is the great master planning to eat it? Trong Tun held up a skewer with a plump, fragrant piece of chicken and said, You have all been waiting for a long time. Please enjoy my handiwork. It smells delicious. Seeing this, the four fanatic siblings turned deathly pale, their faces drained of all color. Great master. I just remembered. I have something to do. I won't bother you any longer. My mother doesn't allow me to come home late, so I'll be going first. Big sis, I don't want to die. Boo-hoo-hoo, little Than. Don't be afraid. How could we refuse a gift from the Immortal Master? After your big sister dies, you must ask the Immortal Master to save our royal father. Having said that, White Dragon reached out for a piece of the chicken. Immortal Master, let me go first. Suddenly, a streak of light flashed by, and the piece of chicken vanished. The culprit was the little fox spirit who was holding a giant chicken leg firmly in its mouth. Trong Tun angrily shouted, Little Bai, what? I haven't even eaten yet. Spit that big leg out for me. But the little fox spirit didn't listen to its master and continued to nibble on the leg, sucking up all the demonic energy emanating from it. The dragon twins were utterly astonished. Senior Fox Immortal actually tested the poison with her own body for our sake, so there are good fox spirits among them after all. Very good. Very quickly, only a bare bone was left of the meat. Then the little fox spirit suddenly shot up, its head spinning as it staggered about, causing Trong Than and the others to gape in astonishment. Little Bai, what's wrong with you? You're staggering. After a moment, the little fox spirit fell to the ground unconscious. Is Senior Fox Immortal poisoned to death? Trong Tun walked over and picked up the fox's tail, bewildered. It's still alive. What kind of expression is that? Why does it look like it's enjoying this? The little fox spirit did the lambada with a look of delight, whispering, "Ha ha ha, this feels so good. I feel like my whole body is overflowing with spiritual power." As expected of the Demon King's flesh personally roasted by Master White, Dragon stammered, You're not dead. That's the flesh of a Demon King. Even an immortal could be poisoned to death by it. Trong Tun came over and sliced a few pieces of meat for Shunfeng and Wu Pan. Here you go. You all helped me the entire day. I can't let you go home with empty stomachs. Try it now while it's still hot. Shunfeng took the plate of chicken, glanced at Wu Pan, and said, Maybe we should try a little bit. The fox spirit, now blissfully enjoying itself, said, Anything made by Master's hand will be beyond your imagination. A Demon King, roasted by Master, is probably even more delicious than the peaches of immortality from the 9 heavens. At this, the dragon twins also put a piece of meat in their mouths and munched on it. Shunfeng and Wu Pan also gritted their teeth and took a tearful bite. As soon as they finished eating, the girls burst with power, their bodies bending gracefully. The spiritual power is so pure, I can't hold back this surging feeling. Stop. Don't break through anymore. My body is about to give out. Sis, my cultivation level. It seems like it's about to break through again. As soon as the words were spoken, 2 pillars of green and yellow spiritual energy shot straight into the sky from Trong Tun's small courtyard. Little Than Sis has also had a breakthrough. This roast duck from the Immortal Elder is truly a delicacy from the heavens. In the lively atmosphere, Thuan Fong and Vo Fan suddenly burst with power, embracing each other to dance the tango with great excitement. This roast chicken is filled with spiritual power. I feel like I'm about to ascend to the heavens, Thuan Fong exclaimed. That's right. My body also feels like it's overflowing with power, like a river about to burst its banks. Vo Fan chimed in. Trong Tun witnessed this scene. His eyes felt like 2 chili peppers as he couldn't help but exclaim, My God, what are these 2 doing that's so hard on the eyes? At this moment, Bok Long suddenly remembered his father receiving an IV drip in the Dragon Palace, and his heart ached as if it were being cut. While I'm here enjoying the Immortal Elder's blessings, my father is in critical condition. I am truly such an unfilial son. Thinking this, Bok Long burst into sobs, startling Trong Than, who turned around. Why are you crying? I didn't say anything harsh. The twin dragons knelt at Trong Tan's feet. Immortal Elder, please save our father. We are willing to work like beasts of burden for you. I already told you, I don't know any medicine. Don't you remember, young lady? Trong Than replied, his eyes looking towards the sky as if an idea had just struck him. All right then, I'm currently short on help, so you and your younger sister can stay and assist me. When I make some money, I'll share it with you. With money, you can get treatment for your father. What do you think? We will follow the Immortal Elder's arrangement. Night fell in Kinduong County. Deep in the forest, a pair of glowing eyes stared intently at the bloody corpses. From the darkness, a fierce tiger emerged. It was the man-son Neomtin Tiger King, one of the 4 great demon kings. This bald bird is so slow. I've been waiting so long I'm starving. Dawn broke. The sound of birds chirping echoed from somewhere along with the song. The sun is shining. Flowers are blooming. Birds are singing early, early, early. The twin dragons were meditating in the courtyard. Hearing the song, she whispered, Older sister, listen. What is the Immortal Elder singing about? Why does it sound so... Before she could finish, Bok Long and Vo Fan burst into tears. Thank you, Immortal Elder, for this blessing. We must seize this opportunity and not waste the great master's intentions. The fox spirit saw this and furrowed her brow, truly inexperienced with the ways of the world. In his room, Trong Tun was singing cheerfully, his eyes glued to the system panel. Ha ha ha, ever since activating this system, every day has felt like having a knife to my neck. This is the first time I've been able to sleep until I woke up naturally without worrying about survival time. He glanced at the system panel, which displayed a jar of fine wine, and whispered, It seems that only distilling liquor will be the fastest way to make a profit. Luckily, I have modern cooking skills. I'll open an outdoor barbecue stall selling roast chicken and roast duck. Plus, with Dong Li and Tu Tun serving, I don't believe these ancient people will be able to resist. Thinking this, he opened the door with a flushed face and a confident smile. As soon as Dongli saw Trong Than step out, she spoke up. Immortal Elder, please give us our tasks for today. Holy cow, what are you shouting for? You startled me. These two young ladies seemed determined to be my servants. Truong Ten took out a large sum of money and gave it to Dongli. If that's the case, then I have a task for you. Take this money and go buy some wine. Remember, don't go to the fancy taverns, go to the small wine shops, the cheaper the better. Oh yes, Immortal Elder. The twin dragons Dongli and Tu Tun left immediately. Trung Ten stood behind them and shouted loudly, leave early and come back early. Okay. While you're at it, find some whole bamboo stalks and bring them back. This stuff is free, so take as much as you can. Okay, Immortal Elder, rest assured, we guarantee it will be done. Vo Fan and Thuan Fong walked over and clasped their hands in salute. Now that the courtyard is repaired, Taoist Master, we must also return to the City God Temple. If anything happens here that requires the Lord City God, please just let us know. All right then, you can go ahead. Having dealt with one troublesome person, Trong Tun turned to see Thuan Fong smiling confidently. Are you planning to leave too? This humble Taoist's magic power may be weak, but my heart is devoted to the Tao. I ask for your permission, Senior, to stay and learn by your side. Hearing this, Trong Tun immediately nodded. In that case, you can follow me. Thank you, Senior. It would be foolish to refuse free labor. Thus, Chang Ching Chun Feng and the little fox entered the bustling market where the cries of vendors rang out, sharpening scissors and knives. Here, freshly steamed buns still hot, young master, come take a look. All top quality goods here. So ridiculously expensive, who would even buy this? The prices were clearly displayed on the wine jars. Glutinous rice wine, 1 tael of silver. 7 fragrances liquid, 5 taels of silver. Immortals tipsy 10 taels of silver. Chang Ching looked at the price list, his heart aching in pain. My calculations were wrong. Modern people can drink cheap white liquor thanks to advanced technology and food production. Distillation is a good method, but my current capital isn't enough for mass production. At this thought, Chang Ching clutched his head with a pained expression. Whatever, I'll just sell roast duck first to build up some startup capital. As he was spacing out, Chun Feng poked his shoulder. Senior, you who comprehends the workings of creation, why do you care for such vulgar things as money? Vulgar things. Do you really consider these things to be vulgar? Angrily, Chang Ching pointed towards a plump young woman standing nearby. Then let me test you. What do you see over there? Chun Feng opened his eyes and replied, a noble lady. The two of them whispered ear to ear. In the eyes of ordinary people, she is dressed entirely in silk. In the eyes of a cultivator, she possesses a fate of wealth and nobility, but people fail to realize that the so-called vulgar things on her person represent the very essence of the world. Chang Kang imagined himself fishing over a gold mine. What is the essence of the world versus vulgar things? Take gold as an example. Gold is the twilight glow of the sun remaining from the collision of ancient stars when the universe was formed, brought to this world by the endless void coexisting with the dragon veins of the 9 provinces for 10,000,005 years. We merely dig it up to make ornaments. You only see its surface appearance, unaware that it is as old as the heavens and earth itself. Is something like that still vulgar? After hearing this, Chun Feng's eyes widened and his jaw dropped. So, that's how it is. He immediately dropped to his knees and kowtowed before Chang Ching. This humble Taoist was short-sighted, seeing only the object itself and unable to escape the mundane world. Thank you, Immortal Elder, for your guidance. A small matter. Just watch me fool you until you don't know which way is up. You'll obediently become the bodyguard for my roasted chicken shop. After kowtowing, Chun Feng looked up. I dare not hide it. My cultivation has been bottlenecked for many years. I fear my vision was clouded by the mundane world. Thanks to the Immortal Elder's guidance, this humble Taoist has gained some insight, and I beg the Immortal Elder to help me succeed. If you are this sincere, I will guide you further. Chang Ching leaned in and whispered into Chun Feng's ear. Your advancement technique is useless. Try this mantra of mine. This humble Taoist is listening. The value of a life has 2 facets. Its truth is shown in contribution. Its realization is born from creation. Depart from the enjoyment of money. Let ideals enlighten a new world, and through arduous struggle, temper the heart. That is the historical materialist worldview. After hearing this, Chun Feng's face grew solemn. The value of a life has 2 sides. Arduous struggle. Hearing this, the little boy hiding in the bushes laughed with delight. Yes, 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 just like that. At this moment, Chun Feng felt as if he had entered a celestial realm. Those dozen words from the Great Master have broadened my mental state. The inner demon that has plagued me for 3 years has finally been vanquished. At this thought, Chun Feng rushed over to Chang Qing, his eyes welling with tears. Thank you, Great Master, for helping me comprehend these 30 words. I will surely carve them into my memory and recite them always. He really is an easy kid to teach. I have advanced ideologies from 1,000 years in the future, so you just take your sweet time figuring it all out. Trung Tun glanced at the drooling, grinning Thuan Fong and chuckled mischievously. He, this kid looks like he is about to fall right into my trap. Watch this young master turn up the heat. Having made up his mind, Trung Tun turned away and said in a solemn voice, Taoist priest Li, as a cultivator of many years, let me ask you about the tens of thousands of divine arts in this world. They can grant eternal life. Yet why do so many people want to become emperor instead of seeking the Tao for immortality? Hearing this, Thuan Fong's eyes widened. Your Majesty, of course, they also desire immortality, but it is simply too difficult. We cultivators who defy the heavens can only extend our lifespan by more than 15 years, and very few can live to be 100 years old. Eternal life is not so easily achieved. As soon as he finished speaking, he looked over and saw Trong Than's entire body emitting a brilliant light. Flicker, 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 eternal life. What is so difficult about that? As of today, I have already lived for over 1,000 years. Right now is the Zhenguan era of the Tang dynasty, and from the 8th century to the 21st century before I transmigrated. Isn't that 125 years? Hearing this, Thuan Fong was stunned, his face turning pale. Immortal Master, you truly are an immortal descended to the mortal realm, if not a celestial being who could possibly live for over 1,000 years. After a moment's thought, Thuan Fong stepped forward and asked naively, May I ask, Immortal Master, if this humble Taoist continues on the path of cultivation, can I achieve eternal life like an immortal? Hearing this, Trong Than used his fan to hide a triumphant smile. He has taken the bait. He. Then Trong Than turned away, striking an ultra-cool pose. I cannot speak for other things, but if you cultivate with me for 2 or 3 years, it will naturally be no problem at all. Hearing this, Thuan Fong was as happy as if he had just found gold, his eyes wide and mouth agape in a huge grin. Does this mean the Immortal Master is willing to accept me as his disciple? Then Trong Tun turned his whole body, enveloped in a white aura. I do not normally accept disciples casually. The only reason I did not accept you before was to test you, to see if your heart for the Tao was resolute. For now, you can be considered to have some talent and potential. I will reluctantly accept you as a disciple in name to observe your perseverance in the future. Thuan Fong immediately knelt at Trong Tun's feet in front of the surrounding crowd. Master, please accept this bow from Li Thuan Fong. Seeing this, Trong Tun turned his face away. He broke into a nervous smile, sweating bullets. All right, a lot of people are watching. You mentioned before that your master's school is Vi Thien Quang, so I probably do not need to teach you any Taoist arts. But there are other things that your master understands a little about. Since you have called me master, I naturally will not treat you poorly. Get up and first help me carry my things. A while later, the master and disciple duo returned to their courtyard after buying ducks. Master, did you buy these 2 ducks to roast and eat? Trong Tun opened the door and stepped into the house. He smirked and chuckled. That is your master's secret weapon for getting rich. You will find out in a moment. Entering the room, they saw a chubby fellow wiping sweat from his forehead. Ahem, Immortal Master, this is the duck roasting oven that I built according to your request. What do you think of it? Trong Tun stared at his duck roasting oven satisfied and praised him briefly. Master Craftsman, your skill is not bad at all. It only took half a day to create this. Little Li pay the Master Craftsman his fee on my behalf. Hearing this, Thuan Fong handed the chubby man a bag of money tears streaming down his face. The chubby man said, Immortal Master, there is no need for this. This humble one wouldn't dare accept money from you, sir. The calligraphy you wrote is still hanging in my home, and now my entire family is healthy and eating well, all thanks to your blessing. After saying this, the chubby fellow walked away. Trung Tun also hurried to catch up, waving goodbye. Immortal Master Shen, there is no need to see me out. If you need anything, just let me know anytime. Thank you, Great Master. Next time you buy my calligraphy, I will be sure to give you a 20% discount. He gazed at the pouch of money in his hand, an indescribable smile spreading across his face. Oh, the people of this dynasty are truly simple and honest. It won't be easy to spend all this money. At this moment, Tu Tun and Dong Li had finished buying wine and returned with a bundle of bamboo stalks. Sister, what does the Immortal Master need these bamboo stalks for? The Immortal Master has his reasons for his actions. Don't ask so many questions. Let's hurry back so we don't keep the Immortal Master waiting. On the way back, Dong Li happened to pass by a small courtyard. It was filled with a thick demonic aura. Dong Li's face darkened as she realized it and turned her head to look back. Demonic energy and such a heavy stench of blood. A dense demonic aura rose from the courtyard ahead. Seeing this, Dong Li spoke up. A demon must be wreaking havoc in this residence. Let's go in and take a look. Inside the courtyard, the corpses of innocent people lay in pools of thin red blood. A tiger demon Ma Shan was gnawing on a body with its sharp fangs as it paced around the house. It attacked innocent men, its eyes glowing as it stared ahead. From outside the door, a loud shout rang out. Audacious demon, how dare you commit violence in the mortal realm in broad daylight? Ma Shan, engrossed in its meal, heard the shout and turned its head, glaring toward the door. The dragon duo kicked the door down and stormed in aggressively. Hey, hey, hey! You tiger demon! Cultivation isn't easy, so why must you harm people for no reason? Hearing this, Ma Shan slammed its paw down its claws, scraping the ground. Ma Shan glared intently forward. Its whole body was covered in foul blood. It had now transformed into a muscular and massive half-human, half-beast. It stood up looking at the dragon duo and growled, "Where did you little demons come from, daring to lecture this king on how to act?" Hearing this, Dong Li's eyes widened. She frowned, clenched her teeth in anger, and brandished her weapon. "You're courting death. It seems you want to test the might of this young lady." "Big sister, be careful!" Ma Shan raised its sharp claws and bared its teeth in a sinister grin. "Tisk, tisk, such big words. For disturbing this king's meal, have you thought about how you're going to compensate me yet?" As soon as it finished speaking, Ma Shan opened its mouth wide, swung its arm, and lunged forward. White Dragon, without a hint of fear, immediately unleashed a powerful blast of energy towards the tiger. Xiao Qing shouted in fear, "Big sister, be careful!" At the same time, the two wine jars in her hands fell to the ground and shattered. The scene changes to the master and disciple Chang Qing and his master. The two of them were currently roasting 2 ducks in the oven. Looking at the plump and fragrant ducks, the two of them couldn't stop their mouths from watering. Don't be hasty, it's almost ready." I never expected Master to not only have profound cultivation, but also be an amazing cook. A few minutes later, the 2 ducks were cooked to perfection. The fragrant aroma wafted to Changqing, who immediately took out the honey sauce. He brushed it all over the 2 ducks to give them a glossy sheen, sprinkled on some herbs, and with a few flagons of barley brew, the feast was ready. Very quickly it turned to late afternoon, and the sun began to set. Changqing shielded his eyes with his hand and looked out the door. Why haven't Dong Li and Xiao Qing returned yet? It's about to get dark. Buying wine shouldn't take this long. Just as he finished speaking, Prefect Feng suddenly burst in with 2 guards shouting, "Immortal Master, Taoist Master, please help me. Something terrible has happened at 10 Mile Village." Seeing Prefect Feng's frantic state, Chang Qing quickly helped him up. "Your Honor, please calm down and speak slowly. What happened?" "There's a demon in 10 Mile Village. A family of 3 at the old Hong residence has all been tragically killed." After hearing this, Chang Qing's face turned pale and fell. What? A demon? Are you serious?" A short while later, at the Hong residence, the sound of wailing echoed throughout the area. "It's so tragic. The entire Hong family, all 3 of them, are dead. What terrible karma. Did you know the Hong family has been haunted for a long time? People in their family kept dying for no reason. The neighbors have all been experiencing bad luck too." "Really? So the deaths of those 3 people were really caused by ghosts and monsters. We shouldn't stay here any longer lest we catch their bad luck." Seeing the scene before him, Chang Qing was stunned. His eyes widened and his brows furrowed, leaving him speechless. Chang Qing and Chun Feng walked over. Looking at the bloody corpses, the crowd continued to gossip. It was definitely the work of ghosts and monsters. I heard our 10-mile village was originally a large burial ground, and the Hong family was suppressing the tomb. They were living with those filthy things every day. That's why this happened. Magistrate Feng took out a handkerchief to wipe his sweat with a panicked expression. Esteemed Taoist master, I will be frank and admit that over the past few years, the Hong family has suffered heavy losses of life. We have investigated thoroughly but still haven't found any clues. I didn't expect the matter to be this serious. This case involves demons. It should have been reported immediately to the Qin Tianxi to dispatch an expert, but everyone is panicking right now. Everyone knows of the esteemed immortal master's exorcism abilities. I implore you to save the people of Qinduang County. Hearing this, Thuan Fong clasped his hands in a salute and replied, Your Excellency the Magistrate, do not worry. This humble Taoist is a member of the Kam Thien Giam. I have a responsibility in this matter. Besides, my master is here. No evil spirit is to be feared. Hearing this, Trung Thun's face darkened as he thought to himself, Damn it, I never agreed to this. Who told you to be such a busybody? This is a murder case that needs a charlatan priest, not me. Someone who only knows how to write. After thinking, Trung Thun forced a bright smile. Your Excellency the Magistrate, a man-eating demon is indeed a very serious matter, but I have faith in my disciple's exorcism abilities. Let him handle this matter. It will also be a test of his skills. Hearing this, Thuan Fong immediately took out his bagua board, his eyes widening with determination. Yes, Master, this disciple will certainly not disappoint you. After speaking, Thuan Fong immediately began to chant, Mystic heaven mirror demons reveal yourselves. Brilliant golden spiritual energy erupted from the bagua board in his hand, and suddenly a plume of strange black demonic energy appeared. Startling Thuan Fong, Is this a curse? It's the old demon of Black Mountain. Magistrate Feng asked worriedly, Taoist Master, what's wrong? Thuan Fong stared intently at the bagua board. This residence is the center of the curse. This curse originates from the dark arts of the old demon of Black Mountain, one of the two great demons. Most wanted by the Kam Thien Giam. Just as he finished speaking, Trung Thun stepped forward, raised his hand, and shouted, That's enough. The more you talk, the more absurd it gets. What curse? That old Black Mountain nonsense. Look, you're scaring these people. Look closely at the wounds on the body. They were clearly caused by a wild beast. Stop talking about demons and ghosts to frighten the good people. Thuan Fong turned to look at the trembling crowd and thought to himself, So that's how it is. I was too hasty. Everyone is panicking. I shouldn't have spoken of demons and monsters in front of them. As expected of my master, always so prudent. I overlooked such important details. This is what it truly means to care for the people. The three of them knelt down together to examine the body. Your Excellency the Magistrate, are there any other clues? Are there any injured people or witnesses? Looking at this wound, it's clearly caused by residual demonic energy. Master is truly sharp-eyed, grasping the key point with just a glance. After his observation, Magistrate Feng nodded. That's right. In my haste, I forgot to mention. Some townspeople reported that 2 of your girls seem to have been taken by the demon. Trung Thun, not having heard, clearly raised his hand to interrupt. I already said it. There are no demons. It was a wild beast. A wild beast. A second later, he realized what Magistrate Feng had said. His eyes went wide and his jaw dropped. What? Who did you say was taken? Just then, a piercing scream rang out, startling the guards and the crowd. Quickly gather all the hunters in the county here. In another place, the twin dragons were sitting on a pile of bloody bones. Big sister, I don't want to die. Zhao Qing, don't be afraid. The immortal master will definitely come to save us. Hearing this, Ma Sun bared his teeth in a smirk. What immortal master? You damn fox demon. I advise you to let us go. I am a princess of the Dragon Clan, the daughter of the Dragon King of the East Sea. Ma San wasn't scared at all. In fact, he burst out laughing triumphantly. Ha ha ha! A Dragon Clan princess! You think you can scare me? My grandfather is a leader among the 4 great demon kings and a subordinate of the great immortal Haksun, the weak Dragon Clan. Like you are only fit to be concubines for the great immortal Haksun. For our master, that is. Hearing this, Tutun's face turned pale and she burst into sobs. I don't want to be a concubine. I don't want to be a concubine. Outside the forest, Trongthen's group had already begun to move. A soldier reported, Lord Tun, we've found many fresh tiger tracks. That demon beast certainly hasn't escaped yet. We just need to follow these tracks. We'll quickly find its whereabouts. Thuan Fong, walking beside them, spoke up worriedly. Elder, this beast is unusually ferocious, and it's a man-eater. We should reconsider letting the hunters take this risk. Hearing this, the hunters turned back and laughed heartily. Don't you worry, Taoist masters, we have experience hunting tigers and leopards. And wolves for a long time. Last year, we even took down a huge tiger together. After hearing this, Trong Thun put a hand to his forehead and sighed. These hunters really do have experience tracking wild beasts. Let them continue. Dong Li and Tutun's fates are still unknown. If something happens, I don't know how I'll explain it to their families. After walking for a while, the group discovered a cave up ahead. This is it? The tiger's lair. This is it. Everyone quickly scout the surroundings and see if there are any other exits. Before entering, a hunter reported Lord Ton Elder, we've checked the area around this cave. There are no other exits. Excellent. Everyone gather here. Here's what we'll do. While Trong Thun was discussing the plan, Thuan Fong took his 8 trigrams compass to investigate. Damn, the stench of blood is so strong. Thuan Fong immediately cast the Mystic Heaven Treasure Mirror spell. A golden light flashed from the 8 trigrams compass, revealing information about Ma Sun. Golden Star, Tiger King Ma Sun ranked 13th on the Celestial Bureau's wanted list, Demon King level. Danger level 4 stars. It's truly a great demon. With my current cultivation level, I'm no match for it. Thuan Fong took a glowing object from his robes and muttered, I wonder where Master is. In any case, I can't let this tiger demon continue to harm people. He immediately wrote on the 8 trigrams compass, by the round heavens and square earth, by the law of the 9 fields, as I put down my golden brush, may all demons submit and hide. As he was casting the formation spell, a hand suddenly landed on his shoulder, startling Thuan Fong. He spun around to see Trong Tan standing there. The formation spell he was casting dissipated. What are you doing? Kiddo, everyone is busy. Go and lend a hand. Before he could explain, Thuan Fong was pulled away. Master, I was setting up a formation. That tiger demon is a demon king. All right. Wait until we've caught that tiger. You can cast whatever spell you want then. I'll even teach you a few celestial magic techniques. Celestial magic master. Are you for real? Of course, it's as real as it gets. Inside the cave, Ma Sun was fast asleep on a pile of bones, his face completely blissed out. Beside him, the 2 dragon girls were also dozing, but their faces were filled with worry. Suddenly, a plume of white smoke wafted into Dong Li's nose, causing her to wake with a start. She sat up, her face pale. There's a commotion outside, a lot of people. Could the elder be here to save us? That's great. At the cave entrance, Trong Thun held a drum while Thuan Fong was wearing a tiger head costume. Oh my god, Master, is this really gonna work? Ha ha ha, we'll find out in a moment if it works. Trong Thun immediately started beating the drum and shouting loudly, Hey there, little tiger, time to wake up. The loud noise startled Ma Sun, who opened his eyes. What is that noise? Who dares disturb this king? While drumming, Trong Thun suddenly panicked, threw the drum and sticks away and screamed, Yikes! Thuan Fong, hiding inside the tiger head, looked ahead in fear at the approaching tiger demon. Manson's chilling gaze made everyone break out in a cold sweat. Oh my god, it's huge! What did it eat to get so big? Manson crawled out of the cave, his face ferocious, roaring like a mad beast. Trong Thun immediately began to perform the lambada. My disciple, don't be afraid. Just sway the way I taught you. Thuan Fong, his face drenched in sweat, asked, Master, will this spell actually work? After speaking, he stomped his prosthetic leg hard on the ground, performing an intense hip-swaying dance. Sway, sway, shake, that thing. Thuan Fong controlled the tiger head to turn around. With a seductive gaze under the moonlight, Manson's pupils filled with the image of an adorable female tiger. "Well, hello there." Thuan Fong continued to control the fake tiger head. He shook his hips to the rhythm, each move incredibly intense and powerful. Manson, witnessing this, kept urging harder, harder, harder. He couldn't resist the allure. Manson exclaimed, "Oh wow, this tigress is so alluring, I can't wait any longer." He lunged forward to embrace the tigress, his face blushing and his eyes turning into hearts. "Let this king cherish you." The tigress was held tightly as Manson declared, "I will give you the most wonderful kiss in the world. It feels so warm, moi moi, moi." Thuan Fong, inside the tiger head, wondered, "Is this an illusion? When did Master cast the spell? How did he make the Demon King so ecstatic?" Suddenly, a loud thud made Thuan Fong turn pale and speechless. "Uh-oh, something feels strange. Tigress, let me help you with that rear end." "Ah, Master, save me. Brothers, now's our chance. Capture it. Archers, take aim." An arrow flew straight towards the target. Despicable, vile humans. "You dare attack this king while I'm busy?" "Oh, Master, I'm still in here. Such a thick hide arrows can't even pierce it." This tiger must be on the verge of becoming a true demon. "If we bring this pelt into the city, it'll be worth 10 times more than a normal tiger's hide." "What a tiger hide is that valuable?" "In that case, we can't let this pelt get damaged." Roar, foolish humans. The last attack knocked the fake tiger head to the ground. So it was a fake. "Hello, brother tiger. I'm going to kill you. Those humans dared to deceive this king." "Master, save me. Ah, you beast. Release that man at once." Master Trong Than swung his sword wildly. He accidentally stabbed the Tiger King. The spot he was stabbed seemed rather sensitive. Something just poked me. Why would that human stab me right there? The tiger demon stabbed in the backside couldn't bear the pain and collapsed. Master Trong Than had finally defeated the Tiger King. After it was all over, the Lord Magistrate praised him. "Taoist Master, you are truly a man of wonders. Not only are your strategies brilliant, but your martial arts are also superb. Felling a ferocious tiger with a single strike, you have truly rid the people of a great menace." Master Trong Tun replied humbly, "Not at all. Not at all. You flatter me." It was all thanks to the Lord Magistrate's command. Li Thuan Fong, still in shock, thought this tiger demon's hide was like iron, impervious to normal blades. It turns out Master knew that from the start. All those moves were to find its weak point. The backside is the tiger demon's only weakness. No wonder Master's single strike was able to break through its defense. After speaking with the Lord Magistrate, Trong Tun suddenly remembered the two sisters from the Dragon Clan. "That's right. Are Dongli and Xiaoqing inside?" The Magistrate replied, "Please don't worry, Taoist Master. I sent my men in to search just a moment ago." Right after that, the Magistrate led the two sisters Dongli and Xiaoqing out. The two sisters from the Dragon Clan were overjoyed to see him. "Immortal Master, thank you so much for saving our lives." Being hugged tightly by two beautiful women made him incredibly happy. He said shyly, "It's all right. As long as you two are not hurt, that's all that matters." It's all right now. Let's go home." Dongli shyly replied, "We're going home." After returning, everyone threw a celebratory feast for the tiger-slaying hero. He walked with a proud and heroic gait, his face filled with glory, dragging his prize, the giant tiger demon, as everyone looked on with admiration. "Everyone come and see. The tiger-slaying hero of Jingyang County has returned. The case of the man-eating beast has been solved." Last night, Master Shen went up the mountain, cornered the ferocious tiger, and finished it with a single sword strike, ridding Jingyang County of a great disaster. Hearing the praise, Qing grinned from ear to ear and turned to the county magistrate. "Your Honor, you see I risked my life for the people of Jingyang County. For eliminating this threat, shouldn't the government show some form of appreciation?" The county magistrate was a bit flustered. "Show appreciation? Master Shen, you mean? The Hong family's grand residence is currently unoccupied. Coincidentally, I was planning to rent a larger house to expand my business." The county magistrate understood immediately and said, "Master Shen is protecting the people of Jingyang County. This house will be a gift from the government office to the Master Cheng Qing." Immediately replied, "Your Honor, you are truly generous. I will write a talisman to ward off evil and protect your residence. I hope you won't mind the humble gift." Hearing the two words, Hong family Li Chunfeng fell into deep thought. The Hong family's old mansion. The last time I saw that house, I felt something was strange about it. If the three members of the Hong family were killed by the tiger demon, then what about the recent rumors about the members of the Hong family dying one after another? Perhaps Master realized there was a problem, which is why he asked County Magistrate Feng about that house. To prevent others from entering and meeting with disaster, I must go investigate. After politely thanking the magistrate, he realized Li Chunfeng was nowhere to be found. Changqing immediately asked, Dong Li, where is little Li? He was just here a moment ago. How did he disappear? Dong Li replied, Immortal Master Taoist. Li said he wanted to go investigate the Hong family's old mansion again. Hearing this, Changqing was relieved. All right, let him be. Since it's still early, you two can help me with an experiment. Meanwhile, at the Hong mansion, Li Chunfeng was observing intently. This place is filled with a murderous aura. There's definitely a problem. When I asked the people nearby just now, they said the Hong family mansion was built on top of an ancient tomb. The Hong family had been tomb guardians for generations. Before Master's immortal aura suppressed the yin energy, so I didn't notice it. But now the yin energy is condensing. No wonder the members of the Hong family have been dying strange deaths, one after another. If a normal person stayed here, their life force would be eroded by the yin energy, and their life would be cut short. Suddenly, his profound heaven treasure mirror flew out glowing continuously. Profound heaven treasure mirror. What's wrong? Why are you spinning on your own? Li Chunfeng looked up and saw a terrifying eye looking down at the Hong mansion. The yin energy from this place was being sucked towards that eye. He was shocked. A yin gathering formation. The great yin gathering formation of the old demon of Black Mountain. The old demon of Black Mountain is using this tomb cluster as the eye of the formation to gather yin energy from the earth veins. The Hong family mansion is at the very center of the formation. He worriedly made a quick calculation. This is bad. Master killed a demon king under the old demon of Black Mountain, so he must be heading for Master's place now. Over at his new home, the once mighty tiger demon was hung up on a rack. Next to it was a stove. Xiaoqing was sitting there, constantly stoking the fire. Immortal Master, can we really make good wine like this? Changqing sat beside them and said with amusement, Of course. Good food must go with good wine. You'll understand once you try it. Dong Li then added the wine mash into the steamer. Xiaoqing added more firewood. The three of them were focused on the stove, not noticing a crow watching them. With its blazing red eyes, it observed their every move, then flapped its wings and flew back to its master. The mysterious person in black received the information from the crow. He spoke up. An immortal, you say? Humph, killing my demon king. Subordinate, I want to see for myself what this so-called immortal is made of. The figure radiated a powerful killing intent. After all their effort, drops of pure wine finally began to trickle out. Dong Li and Xiaoqing, standing side by side, couldn't escape the allure of this strange brew. This was the immortal brew. Just by smelling the fragrance, I could already feel the dense spiritual energy all around. Trung then shyly lifted his jar of essence-filled wine and said this wine's potency is only average. It still hasn't met my expectations. To call it immortal brew would be an overstatement. Xiaoqing couldn't help but ask, what is wine potency? Taoist Master, do you mean you can brew an even finer wine? The mysterious person who had just appeared was silently watching all three of them. He observed their every move from a distance, thinking to himself, this kid's appearance is no different from an ordinary person. And I can't sense any magical power from him. How could Manshan be defeated by such an ordinary fellow? There must be something strange afoot. Outside, two people walking by were chatting casually, endlessly praising him. Taoist, Master Shen is an immortal. An immortal, you understand. Thanks to buying a piece of Taoist Master Shen's calligraphy, old Zhao II can go at it up to 10 times a night. His wife doesn't even dare call him useless anymore, besides exorcising evil and protecting one's home. It has that kind of effect too. Haha. For an immortal, what is impossible? Today I must get a piece of calligraphy from Taoist Master Shen, so the tigress at home will see me in a new light. The two were on their way to his house when they spotted that mysterious person stealthily watching Taoist Master Shen. They thought he was also there to ask for calligraphy, so they said, friendly, "Hey, old sir, are you also here to ask Taoist Master Shen for his writing? I didn't expect a man of your advanced age to still have such ambitions. Impressive, impressive. Don't be shy, old sir. You can just go right in." Taoist Master Shen is very friendly. There's no need to climb the wall. The mysterious person was rendered speechless by the misunderstanding, embarrassed, and unsure of what to do. The other two didn't hesitate to step inside and call out loudly, "Taoist Master Shen, you're back." He was busy with his winemaking, but turned around at the sound of their voices and asked, "What can I do for you two?" The two quickly replied, "We want to buy the Taoist Master's ink treasure." Hearing this, his eyes lit up. "Ha ha ha, you want my calligraphy." All right. My calligraphy is guaranteed to be affordable. Do you two have any specific requests? One of them shyly whispered, "It's the kind you wrote for old Zhao the second last time. The Taoist Master's calligraphy is truly potent. Old Zhao the second can go 10 times in one night. He brags about it in front of us every single day." The young man was stunned to hear this. 10 times? Since when did my calligraphy have that effect? That old Zhao the second must be bragging. If these two buy my calligraphy and it's not effective, they'll definitely come back and cause trouble. He quickly composed himself and said this immortal can write the characters you two request, but you shouldn't expect too much from the results. In addition to hanging my calligraphy, you must also train your bodies daily. If you have the means, you can use the genitals of a tiger or an ox to achieve miraculous results. As for 10 times a night, please know your own limits. After hearing this, the other man happily pointed outside. "Taoist Master, don't be so modest. In our Jingyang County, from an 80-year-old man to a 3-year-old child, no one would dare deny the power of your writing. If you still doubt it, just look over there. Just a moment ago, we met an old gentleman. He was trying to climb the wall to ask for your calligraphy, but was too shy. Just as he pointed to the mysterious man, he vanished. Hey, where did the old man go?" The young man wondered, what old man? No sooner had the words left his mouth than a bolt of lightning struck down, and the mysterious person appeared instantly. "Were you looking for this old man?" The two sisters Dong Li and Xiao Qing immediately recognized the mysterious person as the Black Mountain Old Demon. But instead of being afraid of this monster, he was only worried about his roof. "That old man smashed a hole in my roof." The others in the house, seeing the old demon Black Mountain appear, they turned pale with fear. The old demon Black Mountain looked straight at him and gave a sinister smile. "Kid, this time I've come to take something from you," Dong Lai worriedly said to Xiao Qing. "It's the old demon Black Mountain. Xiao Qing, no matter what happens, even if we have to sacrifice our lives, we must protect the Immortal Master. If a fight breaks out, you take the Immortal Master back to the EC for help. I'll stay here and hold him off." Xiao Qing worried for her sister. "No, big sister, I'll hold him off. You take the Immortal Master and go." In contrast to the two sisters' anxiety, he wasn't scared at all, only feeling furious. "Old man, are you looking to die? You're already so old, yet you're still climbing on other people's roofs. Don't think your age gives you a free pass to do whatever you want. Let me tell you, you'll have to pay in full for every tile you break." The old demon, Black Mountain, saw not a hint of fear in him, despite his own might, and thought, looking at him again and again, "He's just an ordinary mortal with not a shred of magical power. He's not even as strong as the two dragon demons beside him, yet he sees me and isn't afraid, and even looks like he wants to fight me. I shouldn't act rashly. I'll test him first." Then he boomed, "You killed the Demon King under my command. How do you wish to die?" Hearing this, he was completely confused and pointed at the tiger demon's corpse. "What Demon King are you talking about, this tiger, old man? Have you been listening to too many rumors and gone delusional? It's true that I killed this tiger, but it was already given to me as a reward by Lord Xuanzun. If you want it, you'll have to pay for it. And get down from there. If you fall later, don't even think about trying to blame me. There are a lot of people watching here." Dong Li saw him speaking so boldly. Worried he would further offend the old demon Black Mountain, she stepped forward and whispered, "Immortal Master, that's the old demon Black Mountain, a celestial level demon." After hearing this, he wasn't scared at all. Instead, he grew even more furious. "What old demon, celestial demon? You're completely shameless, aren't you? I've been putting up with you for long enough. You dare to damage my roof. Today, even if the King of Heaven himself showed up, don't even think about leaving." Just then, Li Chunfeng also arrived. Seeing the enraged old demon Black Mountain, he rushed over, worried for him. "Master, be careful." Li Chunfeng stared at the terrifying form of the old demon Black Mountain. He was scared to death. A celestial-level demon could destroy cities, lay waste to the land, and wipe out an entire country. The old demon. Black Mountain smirked, his eyes full of arrogance. "An ant like you dares to provoke me. I will skin you alive, seal your soul, and make you suffer a fate worse than death." As soon as he finished speaking, the old demon lunged straight at him. The onlookers who witnessed this were all terrified. Worried for his fate, they thought, "He's done for Immortal Master. Be careful." But he paid no mind to the threat, only concerned with how many tiles the old man had just broken by jumping down from his roof. And just as the old demon Black Mountain was lunging towards him mere moments from swallowing him whole, he suddenly crashed to the ground right in front of him. Blood from the old demon's body stained the ground red. His 2 legs were nearly shattered. The old demon Black Mountain could only grit his teeth and endure the pain. Seeing the old man suddenly kneeling before him, he said calmly, "Old man, there's no need for such a grand bow. It's good that you've realized your mistake." Right after that, he suddenly collapsed, completely losing control. "Where's my magical power? My magical power is gone." The old demon. Black Mountain mumbled, tears streaming uncontrollably from his eyes as he screamed in agony. My knees hurt so much, Li Chunfeng and the 2 dragon sisters stared at the scene. I was stunned. The Immortal Master is so powerful. The old demon of Black Mountain is on his knees. He approached the old demon of Black Mountain and chided him. "I warned you earlier to be careful not to fall. Now look what happened. Who told you to climb onto the roof anyway?" The old demon of Black Mountain, once a figure of immense power, was now being humiliated by a young brat like him and couldn't hold back his tears. His heart burned with the desire to kill the young man to vent his fury. "I'll kill you." Just as he lunged forward, the young man gently grabbed the old man's hand. He handed him a piece of calligraphy saying, "Here, this is a gift for you, a sign of respect for the elderly. You don't need to fix the roof either." The old demon of Black Mountain took the calligraphy and opened it. It was the character Zhu, written by him. Glowing brilliantly and brimming with power, the character Zhu instantly pierced through the old man's body, causing him to cough up blood non-stop. Seeing this, he was extremely frightened and hid behind the fox demon, hurriedly saying, Whoa, I only gave you a piece of calligraphy. I didn't even touch you. Everyone can be my witness. I'm doomed if this old man drops dead here. His family will surely not let me get away with this." The old demon of Black Mountain not only lost face, but was also berated by the crowd of commoners. Hey. We were clearly here first. Why is this old man cutting in line? That's right. You're so old and still trying to suck up to the Immortal Master. Have you no shame? Seeing the agitated crowd, he turned to reassure them. Everyone, please don't rush. Everyone will get a turn. As for the elderly, everyone should learn to respect their elders and yield to those younger. Respecting the old and loving the young is a tradition of the people of Jingyang County after all. Right. The fox demon, seeing the old demon of Black Mountain's pathetic state, couldn't help but mock him. You truly don't know your own limits, daring to recklessly use your magical powers in the Immortal Master's residence. Even if your strength is at the celestial demon level, it won't work. Hearing this, the old demon of Black Mountain immediately asked the fox demon, is he truly an immortal who has descended to the mortal realm? How can that be? He clearly shows no aura of magical power whatsoever. The fox demon replied sarcastically, do you think an immortal's true abilities could be seen through by a mortal demon like you? Look at your frail state right now. You look too weak to even withstand a breeze. You're even weaker than a 3-year-old human child. Isn't that clear enough proof? A 3-year-old child just at that moment. A child of about 3 years appeared from nowhere and peed right in the old demon of Black Mountain's face. After finishing his business, the kid even shot the old demon a smug look. Then scampered away. The old demon of Black Mountain, who called himself a great immortal being, peed on in the face by a 3-year-old, felt completely humiliated. He roared in fury despicable. Damnable, I am, the great Black Mountain immortal, the one who rules this domain. The 4 great demon kings all hail me as their master, and a mere mortal dares to humiliate me like this. I will surely bathe all of Jingyang County in blood to wash away this shame. and turn this place into a hell on earth. As soon as he finished speaking, his black crow suddenly froze, its blood-red eyes staring fixedly at Dong Li. Dong Li also unintentionally looked straight into its eyes, and in an instant she seemed to lose consciousness. Li Chunfeng immediately sensed the abnormality and shouted in alarm. Soul-stealing demon art. Meanwhile, the old demon of Black Mountain got to his feet, looking smug. He grabbed Dong Li by the neck and lifted her high, for better or worse. I have 100 years of cultivation. No matter how you sealed my magical powers, I still have plenty of tricks up my sleeve, you brat. If we fight to the death today, this Jingyang County will flow with rivers of blood. I'll give you two choices. Kill the Demon King under my command, and I will spare this woman. Either you kill her, and we fight to the death. He looked at the old man with a confused expression, thinking he must have lost his mind. Old man, are you crazy? What nonsense are you talking about? If you want that tiger skin, just take it. Do not harm others. Hearing this, the Black Mountain old demon guessed this kid is so worried about the dragon demon. Could there be something going on between them? You even dare to make a move on a dragon maiden. I see you are not some righteous immortal. Seeing the old man showed no sign of backing down, he decided to roll up his sleeves and teach him a lesson. But just as he was about to step forward, a figure suddenly appeared above. It is one thing for a pervert like you to exist, but you dare to have ideas about Lady Dong Li. I have had enough of you. As this person spoke, he reached out and grabbed the Black Mountain old demon's head, then decisively threw the old man. This insolent wretch flew straight into the wall. Get lost. Everyone who witnessed the event was stunned, their jaws agape. He was no exception, exclaiming, "Well done." The man immediately went to help Dong Li up. He solicitously asked Lady Dong Li, "You do not need to be afraid. I have already taken care of that pervert." Seeing her older sister was out of danger, Xiao Qing could not hold back. She rushed forward and hugged Dong Li tightly. "Sister, are you okay? You scared me to death just now." The hug seemed to snap Dong Li back to her senses as she dazedly asked what happened. "What was wrong with you just now, sister?" He and Li Chunyang went to check on the Black Mountain old demon and were utterly shocked. "He is dead, master. You are truly terrifying." Hearing this, he thought he misheard and asked again, "What did you just say?" "He is dead." Li Chunyang thought that he had arranged everything and said admiringly, "Master, you are so amazing, helping the people of the Great Tang eliminate the great demon Black Mountain Old Demon. This is a great meritorious deed." He quickly covered his mouth and whispered anxiously, "Shh, keep it down. Are you trying to get me killed?" "I did not kill this old man. Do not talk nonsense. When the officials arrive, you better keep your mouth shut for me. I think maybe we should find a doctor to see if he can be saved. I am doomed. This time, I am finished." Everything was peaceful, and then suddenly someone dies right in my house. He witnessed the scene of the Black Mountain old demon collapsing and imagined himself rotting in prison, his heart filled with fear. A moment later, the county magistrate and his guards also appeared. As soon as he saw him, the magistrate said happily, "Immortal Master Shen, you have once again performed a great service for our Jingyang County." The Black Mountain Old Demon was the 20th ranked Great Demon on the Imperial Bureau's wanted list. Now that he has been eliminated by Immortal Master Shen, it is truly a cause for celebration. He had absolutely no idea what was happening, only thinking he would have to bury his life in a dark prison. Who would have thought he would be commended instead? The county magistrate bowed his head and said, "Immortal Master Shen, you need not worry. I understand the rules of cultivators like yourself regarding these matters of gods and demons. It cannot be known to the common people. The authorities have already issued a notice stating that the Black Mountain Old Demon was not a Zhonghu tyrant, but a wanted bandit who has now been eliminated by Immortal Master Shen. We will specially reward you. Please do not see us out. We will take our leave first." He held the award flower in his hand in disbelief. I never thought I would get to wear the big red flower 2 times. The large man who had just confronted the Black Mountain Old Demon after finishing his business sat down to recount the event to everyone. Everyone curiously gathered around him. Let me tell you all about it. That old man was the Black Mountain Old Demon, the second son of the 3rd mosquito swatter from House 29. My neighbor, Old Wang, has someone who works at the Yamen. All that stuff about Zhonghu tyrants is all just to fool common folk like you. How could this kind of thing be known to common people? You two pups, am I right? You were there at that time too. That guy said outright that Immortal Master Shen killed the Demon King under his command and wanted to take Miss Dongli as compensation, which the people present at the time also confirmed to be true. At that time, many people heard it. The crowd listening to the story widened their eyes in admiration. "Oh, really?" The large man continued. "At that time, I didn't know that old geezer's identity. I just thought he was some kind of pervert. He was about to do something indecent to Miss Dongli, so I stepped in. Who would have thought I would beat him to death? Thinking back on it now, my legs are still trembling." One person who heard his tale of valor didn't believe him and retorted, "Hey, how could a fool like you possibly kill the old demon of Black Mountain? Wasn't it just before that? Immortal Master Shen had already used a ray of divine light to make the old demon kneel and cough up blood. If the Immortal Master hadn't used his divine immortal power, could you even have touched the old demon of Black Mountain? If it weren't for the Immortal Master, I'm afraid you would be dead by now without even knowing how." The crowd immediately started buzzing. No wonder I felt the wind blowing strangely at that time. It was like the scene of two great masters dueling. Right, I felt that way too. At that time, Immortal Master Shen's demeanor was completely different. Yes, at that time. I think I even saw Immortal Master Shen's soul leave his body to fight back and forth with the old demon of Black Mountain in the sky. Yes, and just like that, as the story was embellished, his power was suddenly elevated to the heavens. The children were also caught up in the wave of admiration, constantly asking questions. Immortal Master, can you conjure up candied hawthorns?" "But it seems so far away." He answered, "I can't." Another one asked, Immortal Master, do immortals have to use the bathroom?" Hearing this silly question, he was exasperated. "What do you think?" Two other kids wouldn't let up and asked again, Immortal Master, are you married yet?" He answered angrily, "What's it to you?" The children kept surrounding him, constantly asking, Immortal Master is the reason you're not married because there are no immortal, fairy sisters who like you, right?" He was truly exasperated. "Shut up!" Despite his harsh attitude, the children's incessant curiosity continued to bother him. In a small room, Dongli and Xiaoqing were focused on their work. Distilling liquor, the sound of a crackling fire echoed as smoke billowed. "Xiaoqing, pay close attention and adjust the temperature properly. Okay." Dongli hurriedly urged, "The liquor is ready. Quick, find a jar and bring it here." Late at night, he and Li Chunyang were discussing an important matter. "Do you really have to go? You can't reconsider?" he asked, his eyes full of worry. "No need to reconsider," Li Chunyang replied firmly. Seeing his friend's decisive attitude, he had no choice but to accept, though he was still frustrated inside. He spat on the ground to vent his anger. "Damn, this is so annoying." A fox saw the spit and rushed towards it, as if it were a treasure, but before it could lick it up, he threw a ladle of water in its face. "If you dare lick that, I'll throw you into the courtyard," he yelled, making the fox immediately back away. A moment later, Li Chunyang hesitated and said, "Master, I will return soon. We need to bring the body of the old demon of Black Mountain back to the Shu Territories sect." He nodded, holding food in one hand and a gourd flask in the other, handing them to Li Chunyang. "All right, I know. Take these to eat on the road," he said, feeling a pang of regret for Little Kim and Second Kim, the delivery boys from the roast duck shop, who had just flown the coop. Li Chunyang took the items, looking at the food tray with surprise. "Master, this is..." He turned his back, feigning nonchalance. "It's just some snacks and wine I made myself. Be careful on your journey. Leave early and come back soon. I'm going to bed now." After he left, Li Chunyang opened the food tray. A fragrant aroma filled the air. "Ah, this is a divine item." He hastily grabbed a steamed bun and devoured it. The moment he took a bite, spiritual energy flooded his body. "Ah, I'm breaking through!" Li Chunyang exclaimed, overwhelmed with emotion after the breakthrough process ended. He knelt, his eyes welling with tears. "Thank you, Master. This disciple will forever remember this kindness. When I return to the Shu lands this time, I will definitely spread the tales of Master's divinity." But just then, he appeared and smacked a book on Li Chunyang's head. "Returning kindness with malice, are we? If you dare mention me to outsiders, our master-disciple relationship ends here," he shouted, his face flushed. Li Chunyang picked up the book and realized it was the 9 nines multiplication chant. He once again had a positive interpretation, thinking he meant to give it as a gift, but was too shy to say so. Master is truly sharp-tongued, but soft-hearted. I will definitely cultivate diligently and not disappoint your expectations. Afterwards, he sat on a horse-drawn freight cart, traveling with Dong Li to the Hong family's old mansion. Immortal Chief. Are we really moving there? Dong Li asked worriedly. He replied nonchalantly, Of course. Magistrate Feng has already given me that residence. The original house is too small for us to run the roast duck and distilled wine business. Although Dong Li had never run a business, she understood that shops are usually opened in bustling, prosperous areas. Hearing Dong Li say that, he also felt her words weren't wrong. It really made sense. Looks like there's only one option left. Bring out the ultimate move. Dong Li asked in surprise the ultimate move. He suddenly turned to face Dong Li, the moment filled with affection. The proximity made them both blush with embarrassment. Too close. Dong Li shyly turned away. The Immortal Chief smells so good. Her silly little sister Xiao Qing also woke up. Big sister, are we there yet? He confidently stepped down from the cart and said, We'll hold a grand opening sale. We'll set up a stage in front and invite theater troupes to promote the new shop. Invite a few old monks to chant scriptures and a highly respected Taoist master. The goal is to prove that this place no longer has any resentful spirits or evil ghosts. 10 Li village of Jingyang County. It is now the cleanest place in the entire Great Tang. Hearing this, Xiao Qing asked Immortal Chief, Are you going to perform a ritual? He gave a goofy smile and replied, You're right. But remember, don't tell anyone we're performing a ritual or no one will dare to come. After saying that, he handed the two of them a stack of flyers. Here, take these. Later, go out and post these in crowded places, especially near the ward gates. Watch out for the officials. If you see them, run immediately and don't get caught. I'll go inside and clean up first. Remember to be back before dark. I'll treat you to duck. The two sisters Dong Li and Xiao Qing obeyed without hesitation and went to find places to post the flyers. Xiao Qing wondered, Big sister the Immortal Chief told us to post these. Are they just to promote his new shop? Dong Li sensed the spiritual power on the paper, frowned, and replied, That's not right. If it were just a normal advertisement, why would the Immortal Chief give us papers containing such powerful spiritual energy? These papers are all divine items. The Immortal Chief is not a wasteful person. He must have another purpose for doing this. It's just that our cultivation is too shallow to see through it. Night had fallen, and the two sisters had finished posting all the flyers. Dong Li wearily wiped her sweat. Finally, it's done. Let's go back and report to the Immortal Chief. The townspeople gathered in a large crowd in front of the flyer, buzzing with discussion. Is Taoist Master Shen going to perform a ritual? What kind of ritual? It says here it's a grand opening sale. But if he performs a ritual, that would be great, wouldn't it? 10 Li Village has always been an ominous place. With a Taoist master presiding over it, we can all feel more at ease. Suddenly, the flyers that the two sisters had put up began to emit a powerful energy. Dong Li quickly realized it. Wait, this is a spirit-gathering grand array. This Jingyang County has become a sacred land for cultivation. You're so lucky. To think you created such a powerful stone array just by putting up some flyers. It's truly the protagonist's halo. Beneath the ground of 10 Li Village, an ancient tomb was surrounded by a powerful, murderous aura. It seeped inside, and suddenly the ancient tomb opened. A woman in red stepped out. Ha ha ha! I have been resurrected. I can't believe that old demon of Black Mountain was using a yin corpse to cultivate qi. He must have wanted to use the constantly gathering yin qi to break through to the next realm, but he ended up letting me reap the benefits. This yin corpse nurtured by yin qi for 100 years is not bad at all. Once I devour a man, my power will surely break through, escaping the 3 realms and transcending the 5 elements. At that time, even a great overarching golden immortal won't be able to do anything to me. KKK. On the surface, your house was also enveloped by yin qi. You were still sound asleep next to the little fox spirit. Completely unaware of the approaching danger, the two sisters Dong Li and Xiao Qing were so drunk they paid no attention to their surroundings. Dong Li giggled, I'm not drunk. I can still drink more. The Taoist master's wine is amazing. Xiao Qing also nodded woozily. Taoist master, please be gentle. Both of them had fallen into a deep and drunken sleep. Completely unaware of the impending danger, suddenly a woman in red appeared in the darkness. Her cold voice rang out, "That man! He once beat me until only a remnant of my soul was left. Now I have this yin corpse. Even if you're an immortal, you're no longer a threat to me." Meanwhile, at the city god temple of Jingyang County, the martial judge spoke up. "My lord, I wonder what that Taoist Master Shen's background is. He's so young, yet possesses such profound magical power. If he stays in Jingyang County for the long term, we won't have to worry about demonic infestations anymore." The city god, sitting imposingly, nodded lightly. "That's right. I also very much wish to meet this great expert. Not only did he destroy the Ghost King at Zichu Hao's Marsh, but he also easily eliminated the old demon of Black Mountain without batting an eye. Tomorrow you will accompany me to pay him a formal visit. We must avoid leaving a bad impression." Suddenly the city god sensed a terrifying aura. This aura? He asked the martial judge worriedly, "Did that great expert go to Tenli Village today?" The martial judge replied, "That is correct. Taoist Master Shen has moved to the old Hong family residence in Tenli Village." Hearing this, the city god immediately performed a divination. There is a disturbance in the direction of Tenli Village. This evil yin aura, compared to the Ghost King at Zichu Hao's Marsh, it's like comparing an adult to a child. I must go there at once, if Taoist Master Shen cannot handle it. I must save him. We can only report the exorcism to the Imperial Astronomy Bureau. No sooner said than done, the three of them immediately flew to Taoist Master Shen's residence. As soon as they arrived, they felt a terrifying wave of yin qi. It's radiating from inside. This is not good. Taoist Master Shen is in danger, the city. God charged inside without hesitation. "You vile demon, I am here." The scene before him made him freeze, not knowing what to do. He then fell backwards, knocking into the other two like dominoes. The demon the city god was so worried about was now trembling in submission before Taoist Master Shen. The three of them, realizing they were being third wheels, were speechless. They hastily snuck back outside, slamming the door shut. "Taoist Master Shen, we apologize for disturbing your romantic evening. I will come to apologize in person another time." Taoist Master Shen yawned widely, not understanding what was happening. Strange, what are those guys doing here in the middle of the night? It's like they've seen a ghost. What romantic evening seen a ghost? Wait a minute. He immediately sat up and checked his surroundings. After confirming there were no demons or ghosts, he relaxed and hugged the fox spirit, going back to sleep. What was that all about? Playing gods and ghosts, you even managed to fool me. If you guys pull any more immoral stunts, next time I'll show you what a real iron fist is. Meanwhile, the exhausted red-clothed female ghost was hiding under the bed. How can this be? Just being near him drains all the spiritual energy from my body. My power now far surpasses what it was before. I could even fight a true immortal. I have to get away from this man first. She trembled, wanting to leave. But the other three were still standing above, watching in admiration. Taoist Shen is truly the best. Even a female ghost had to submit. The female ghost, struggling to breathe weakly and slowly, walked out of the room. She almost noticed the presence of the three men. The three of them were terrified and immediately flew away to escape. We're not watching anymore. If there's nothing else, then our job here is done. The female ghost was furious, the fire of her anger blazing. The three men, terrified, hastily fled back to the city god temple. Seeing the three of them with frightened faces panting heavily, everyone asked curiously, "My lords, how did it go?" Judge Wu, his face pale, shouted, "An immortal's methods, unheard of, earth-shattering. That mortal is truly audacious. So this is another way to exorcise ghosts." General Gan Liu was also scared. What on earth happened? Tell us quickly. What kind of immortal technique did that master use to eliminate the ghost? The city god began the story. At first, we were going to assist Taoist Shen. Judge Wu, with a look of utter shock, continued. But when we arrived, we saw that the door to Taoist Shen's house was wide open, and a female ghost was inside. Another one couldn't help but speak up. That female ghost was crawling on Taoist Shen's body. Her whole body was limp, her eyes were like silk, and she was constantly writhing. That scene was truly a sight to behold. The listeners immediately became eager and asked, "And then what?" Keep going. What happened next? We were chased out by Taoist Shen, but we stayed behind, worried that he couldn't handle the female ghost, so we kept watch from the wall. We were ready to rush in and help at any moment. In less than the time it takes to drink a cup of tea, guess what happened? Judge Wu, unable to contain his curiosity, interrupted. That female ghost crawled out weakly like a dog. Even so, she gently closed the door, afraid of disturbing Taoist Shen. Moreover, the aura on her body had also diminished by 99%. The crowd of listeners couldn't contain their excitement. How exciting! As expected of Taoist Shen, suddenly someone asked a difficult question. But I have a doubt. Could it be that Taoist Shen only lasted for the time it takes to drink a cup of tea? Is that it? This question angered everyone around. They completely worshipped Taoist Shen and could not accept this insult. What do you mean Taoist Shen only lasted for the time it takes to drink a cup of tea? That was Taoist Shen being merciful and sparing her life. Otherwise, how could that female ghost's body withstand Taoist Shen's punishment? How dare you slander our idol? Brothers, get him for me! The questioner was immediately surrounded by the crowd. Taoist Shen is our role model. You little brat, take a punch from me. Ah, I was wrong. Is Taoist Shen someone a puny yin master, like you can comment on? Watch me smash your mouth in. I'm sorry. Don't hit me anymore. Back at Taoist Shen's house, the female ghost remained defiant, continuing to absorb yin energy. Ha ha ha! This residence is truly a sacred ground for cultivation. At this moment, with my great yin-gathering soul domain array, I have reached my peak. I'll try again, even if I can't kill the person in that room. I must at least scare him away. Suddenly, Taoist Shen opened the door and walked out. He actually just needed to find a place to relieve himself. The female ghost saw him and was terrified, immediately hiding behind a tree. Oh no, why did he suddenly come out? He kept looking around, searching, and then he locked onto his target. He walked straight towards the tree trunk, unbuttoning his pants. The female ghost hiding behind the tree was stunned to see him approaching her step by step. Could it be that he has discovered me? Terrified, she collapsed to her knees. What? What are you trying to do? He suddenly dropped his pants, leaving the female ghost dumbfounded. Please don't, immortal master. I was wrong. I'll never do it again. Boo-hoo-hoo! He completely ignored her pleas, mainly because he couldn't hear her, and casually relieved himself right on the female ghost's head. His holy water seemed to possess a powerful spiritual force. It caused the female ghost to disintegrate into dust. The sudden noise startled him. Who's there? What was that? But since the female ghost had turned to dust, he was completely unaware of her presence. Who is screaming in the middle of the night, trying to scare someone to death? Ah, whatever. When I get rich, I'll definitely build a bathroom with a toilet right in my room. As he spoke, he casually turned and walked back to his room, completely oblivious to the gloomy atmosphere creeping everywhere. It looked incredibly terrifying. At the same time, in a small room upstairs, a man and a woman were about to get intimate. My dear, did you hear that? It sounded like a ghost. The woman replied, It is probably Master Shen fighting a ghost. Master Shen's spiritual power is immense. Don't worry, my husband. Let's continue. The man scratched his head in confusion. I think I saw the wardrobe move. I can't get it up anymore. Hearing this, the woman was puzzled. Huh, you don't want to, or you can't. You're absolutely useless. A little noise is enough to scare you like this. After he finished relieving himself, he rolled into bed, hugging the fox demon, tightly dreaming of a rich future. So much money. It's all mine. All mine. The next morning, his shop finally had its grand opening. Trumpets and drums blared, lion dancers performed enthusiastically, and people gathered, creating a lively atmosphere. His courtyard was almost packed with people who watched and whispered amongst themselves today. Is Master Shen really going to exorcise a ghost in front of everyone? How could it be fake? I can't believe the advertisement for Master Shen's roast duck shop was posted everywhere like this. If it were anyone else, they would have been arrested by the yamen long ago, don't you think? When I heard the news, I dropped everything and rushed over. I wouldn't miss this for the world. An officer from the yamen saw the massive crowd and worried it would interfere with the exorcism reported to the county magistrate. My lord, so many people have gathered like this. I'm afraid they'll cause trouble. Should I dispatch soldiers to disperse them? Hearing this, the county magistrate angrily grabbed his head. Disperse them? What are you talking about? This is Immortal Master Shen. You punk. You must be new to your post and have never heard of Immortal Master Shen's reputation. Now in all of Jingyang County, Who doesn't know of his abilities? You must remember this here in Jingyang County. Meeting Immortal Master Shen is meeting the real big shot. Yes, today, just stay here with me and watch him subdue the ghost. The other guy, half believing and half doubting, could only reply, "Yes, my lord. This subordinate will remember." He then stepped onto the stage to a warm welcome from the crowd. Master Shen, look, quickly, Master Shen is here. Immortal Master Shen. I love you. Don't catch the ghost. Come catch me. Seeing such a fantastic crowd effect, he couldn't help but feel smug. I didn't expect this immortal reputation of mine would be so effective at attracting so many people. I'm afraid my Shen's roast duck shop will become famous overnight. I can already smell the scent of fortune. He then called out elders and fellow villagers. Today is the grand opening of my Shen Changqing's roast duck shop. It is also the day I completed the exorcism on 10 Mile Slope. Everyone knows the estate behind me was originally the old Hong family residence. There were always rumors of it being haunted, and it's said the Hong family members lost their lives because of it. An old woman below couldn't help herself. She interjected, "Let me tell you all, in the early years, I also lived near the old Hong family residence. What Taoist Master Shen says is all true. Almost every household on 10 Mile Slope knows about this matter. That old residence of the Hong family. Strange things happened there time and time again. Tisk, tisk, tisk. The most tragic part is that not a single member of the Hong family survived." He stood up high and continued seriously, "I have now moved into this estate precisely to let everyone know that ghosts are not scary at all." After speaking, he pulled out a phone with a grin. "Everyone look at this magic treasure in my hand. Before this, I used this magic treasure to seal the ghost at the Tsu old residence. In Yongle Ward, everyone stared at his iPhone 14 Pro Max in utter amazement. That's right, this is it. I was there when Taoist Master Shen exorcised the ghost at the Tsu old residence in Yongle Ward. Wow, I've seen a divine artifact." Seeing the crowd's enthusiastic response, he rejoiced inwardly. "All right, the atmosphere is perfect. My dear phone, please help me out. I'm counting on you for everything today." With that thought, he tried to press the power button. The phone quickly powered on, showing the half-eaten Apple logo, but unfortunately, you can't completely replace me yet. He thought to himself, this dear phone only has enough battery to help me for another 1%. All right, try to hold on, my friend. Right after that, he turned back to the crowd and said, "Everyone, wait a moment. I Shen will be right back." As soon as he finished speaking, he rushed into the house. In the kitchen, the two sisters Dongli and Xiaoqing couldn't contain their curiosity and peeked outside to see what was happening. Xiaoqing asked, "Sister, is this house really possessed by a ghost? We've been here for several days, but I haven't felt any ghostly energy at all." Dongli replied, "Me neither. I haven't sensed anything. Perhaps our cultivation level is too low. The ghost in this house must be even more ferocious. And more powerful than the Ghost King at the Tsu Hao residence." Hearing this, Xiaoqing was also very surprised. Oh, no wonder the Immortal Master told us to stay in our room and not go out. As soon as he ran inside, he picked up the phone and began to act. "Behold my great Dharma of the 24 character, socialist core values. Ghost in this room, come out and face your retribution." After speaking, he raised the phone high as if casting a spell, continuously muttering the words of socialism. The people who were climbing the wall to peek were utterly astonished to see this. He's creating thunder in broad daylight. There's thunder. The Immortal Master is summoning heavenly lightning to exorcise the evil. He also took the opportunity to play a sound clip of a wailing ghost on his phone, scaring the crowd to death. The act was over. He stepped onto the stage and announced, "Everyone, the ghost has been subdued by me. From now on, 10 Mile Slope will no longer be plagued by demons and ghosts harassing the villagers." Suddenly, an old man below couldn't help but ask Taoist Master Shen, "Can we see that ghost?" Hearing this, he became anxious. "I didn't expect these people to be so hard to fool at all. Even so, you still have to comply to keep everyone's trust." Of course I'll do it. Everyone watch carefully." As he spoke, he held his phone up high. All eyes were on him. He took a deep breath and called out, "Hey, Siri." Siri on the phone immediately replied, "Yes, I am here." This one small action with Siri completely won over the crowd. People cheered and applauded non-stop. Even the man from the Yamen had to exclaim, "An immortal, truly." The methods of an immortal. The county magistrate, who had long been won over by him, just smiled smugly. "Look at your inexperienced face. It's just a little bit of ghost busting, that's all. You haven't even seen Immortal Chief Shen subdue the Black Mountain Old Demon and the Fox Demon." A woman from below couldn't help but speak up. "Thank you, Immortal Chief. From now on, 10 Mile Mountain will no longer be haunted." Then she turned to scold her husband. "Look at your weary state last night. Just a little noise was enough to make you unable to perform. If you dare to make excuses again, I'll divorce you." He seized the opportunity to manipulate the crowd. This demonic presence has been here for a long time, so everyone in 10 Mile Village has been more or less infected with yin energy. Although this yin energy will dissipate on its own in 1 to 2 years, if you eat the duck I roast with the purest yang fire, it will all disappear in less than a day. But this humble Taoist's abilities are limited. I can only roast 10 ducks a day before my spiritual power is completely exhausted. I ask for your understanding, fellow villagers. Hearing this, the crowd burst into a clamor. "I'll pay 1 string of cash. I'll pay 50 strings of cash. I'll pay 10 taels of silver." Even the county magistrate couldn't hold back. He pushed through the crowd to compete. "Don't push! Don't push!" A guard hurriedly protected him. "Your Honor, be careful." But the magistrate didn't care and shouted, "Never mind me. Quick, help me get one." The crowd was completely mesmerized by him fighting endlessly to get a duck. He was also frightened by the crowd's reaction. "Hey, don't push. Everyone line up and take a number. We'll use a lottery system to sell them. Hey, who dares to touch me? You, how dare a man like you take advantage of me?" In the dark of night, at a mansion, a young boy was still playing in the courtyard. Suddenly, he felt someone standing behind him. Turning around, he recognized a familiar person and smiled in greeting. But suddenly that person pushed him down a well. The guards who discovered the incident rushed over in a panic to rescue him. "This is bad. The young master has fallen into the well. Quick, save him." Meanwhile, Shen Changqing was pinning Dong Li against the wall, his tone challenging. "Will you do it or not?" Dong Li blushed and stammered, "Immortal Chief." Shen Changqing gently lifted her chin and affirmed, "I will never treat you unfairly." Hearing this, Dong Li nodded in agreement. Shen Changqing turned and set off fireworks to celebrate. "Congratulations to the first store manager of Shen's brand on taking office. Our goal is to expand the chain to Chang'an within 1 year, cover the entire country in 2 years, and in 3 years. Zhao Qing rushed in frantically to report, "Immortal Chief, someone is looking for you." Shen Changqing calmly walked out, his voice full of confidence. "Don't be too surprised. We are famous figures in Jingyang County. It's normal for people to seek me out for exorcism talismans." Outside, a middle-aged man dressed in high-quality silk with a noble air spoke up, "Taoist Master Shen." "This old man, Sun Rong, begs your pardon for the intrusion." Shen Changqing smiled and welcomed him. "Old Master Sun, you're too kind. I wonder if you're here for a talisman or to buy a roast duck." Sun Rong's face turned serious, his voice pleading, "Taoist Master Shen, I have just returned to Jingyang County and have heard of your fame in suppressing evil spirits. My son has just passed away. I hope you can choose an auspicious day to hold a ceremony to help his soul find peace." Shen Changqing replied, "This is not my area of expertise. I'm only good at writing talismans to fool people." Sun Rong signaled to his servant, "Taoist Master Shen, this is a small token of my sincerity." The servant opened a chest, sparkling with gold. "This 200 taels is a deposit. After the ceremony is complete, I will offer another 500 taels." Seeing the money, Shen Changqing's eyes lit up. He thought to himself, "Damn it, are they trying to corrupt me?" But he maintained a calm demeanor. "Old Master Sun, there's no need to be so polite. I do this for the peace of the world and to help those in need. If I didn't help you, it would be going against heaven's will." As he spoke, he grabbed the chest of gold. Seeing that Shen Changqing had accepted the group, was overjoyed and hurriedly went back to prepare. Shen Changqing didn't forget to remind Old Man Sun not to worry and to prepare everything carefully, saying he would come to help with the ritual tomorrow. He then turned to look at the money he had just received and laughed heartily. "I've struck it rich. This is even easier than robbing a bank. 200 taels plus 500 taels is enough to buy a house in the capital city. At the city god temple in Jingyang County, news of the incident had already spread. The civil adjudicator chuckled. Yesterday, Taoist Master Shen's exorcism on the 10-li hillside really shook our entire establishment. Taoist Master Shen's spiritual power is truly impressive. I'd say even those masters from the Imperial Astronomical Bureau in Chang'an City are only at this level. The city god spoke up. No, the Imperial Astronomical Bureau is still stronger. They can calculate the nation's fate, the people's livelihood, and the world's fortunes and misfortunes. Taoist Master Shen is currently only formidable at exorcising ghosts. But this is a level that the Taoist masters at the Imperial Astronomical Bureau can also achieve. The martial adjudicator, a yin god, whispered into the city god's ear, "Your Excellency, be careful with your words." If Taoist Master Shen were to hear this, it would be a disaster. In the past, Taoist Li Chenfeng of the Imperial Astronomical Bureau acknowledged Taoist Master Shen as his master. Great masters like him all have a bit of pride. If the old master were to hear this, it wouldn't be good if he came looking for trouble with us. Just as he finished speaking, Shen Changqing suddenly appeared, bursting through the doors and startling the city god so much that he fell to the ground. Shen Changqing spoke up. "Well, now everyone's here, huh?" He thought to himself, the ancients weren't lying. Bandits in novels always like to hide out in dilapidated temples like this. It's just as I suspected. Changqing approached the group. The martial adjudicator, the yin god, and the city god spoke up. Changqing quickly ran over and whispered into the yin god's ear, Sorry, I was originally just looking for your help. But I didn't expect all your accomplices to be here. Don't worry, I won't report you to the authorities. Life isn't easy, and I can understand why people of all stripes like you have to resort to these means to make a living." The three inside were eavesdropping. The civil adjudicator spoke up. "Your Excellency Taoist Master Shen's sudden arrival. Surely he isn't here to hold us accountable for interrupting him while he was playing with that ghost in the middle of the night. Is he?" Gan Liu also chimed in. "Then what should we do? Taoist Master Shen doesn't seem like a very temperamental person." Shen Changqing turned to look, and the three of them quickly hid behind the door. The city god was sweating bullets. "We have to be very careful what we say, so we don't anger Taoist Master Shen." Shen Changqing walked in, showing great respect, and said to the three, my apologies. We met in such a hurry in the middle of the night last time. Forgive my poor eyesight for not recognizing you. It turns out you are the city god, and beside you are the civil adjudicator and General Gan Liu." Correct, Shen Changqing thought to himself. Just as I thought, it's an organization of spiritual swindlers. Everyone has such a professional title. The city god spoke up. Taoist Master Shen, about last time it was our fault for being so abrupt. May I ask what brings you here this time? The city. God looked at Shen Changqing and thought, this man arrived without me sensing any disturbance at all. Could it be that his spiritual power has already surpassed the yin god power of the city god temple? In Shen Changqing's eyes, however, it looked as if the three were about to eat him alive. I'm screwed. Didn't I just walk right into the lion's den? Looking at this situation, it seems I won't be able to leave this temple today without coughing up some cash. Shen Changqing gave a strained laugh and said, Well, about that. You are all outstanding talents in your field. Ever since I met the martial adjudicator, I have held you all in high esteem. I came this time to promote a professional exchange. The city god's face went pale and he broke into a cold sweat upon hearing this. A professional exchange. It's me, my mate says. We only possess some minor skills. Taoist Master Shen, your magical power is profound. Your verbal instruction would be more than enough. The city. God thought to himself, what kind of professional exchange is this? He can't be here to cause trouble, can he? What should I do? The city. God explained for this funeral rite, it is best to first use signal flags, light incense form, hand seals, and chant mantras to deliver the soul. Afterwards, you invite the deity to take their seat and present the petition. Then you step onto the platform to perform the ritual. While the city god spoke, Shen Changqing listened attentively, carefully noting down every detail. By nightfall, the city god was completely exhausted. I have just demonstrated the footwork sequence for you, esteemed master. The magical seals and incantations have also been drawn out. Please take a look. Shen Changqing replied cheerfully. Excellent, excellent. You've worked hard, brother. At last, Shen Changqing was willing to leave. Everyone in the city god temple was exhausted. The civil adjudicator began to wail that Taoist Master Shen is truly insufferable. Some professional exchange that was. He was actually mocking us. He's from a celestial sect. Why would he need to ask us mortal underworld deities about performing a ritual, the martial adjudicator said, glancing at the city god. It must be because of what happened before. Lord City God must have overheard our secret complaints. Otherwise, why would he make us suffer like this? The city God angrily shouted, "You are all so narrow-minded, all of you." The city god flew into the air, his magical power radiating outwards, his face a mask of sudden enlightenment. Taoist Master Shen is a revered immortal. His actions today were not meant to mock or humiliate us. They were meant to train us just now when he left. The magical power in my body not only recovered, but surged. Cheers erupted in the temple. Ah, I've broken through to the next realm. Me too. We were truly narrow-minded. Taoist Master Shen is a true immortal. Outside, Shen Changqing had no idea what was happening. What are those divine charlatans yelling about? I only borrowed their ritual props. It's not like I won't return them. The next morning at the Sun Manor in Jingyang County, a funereal atmosphere hung in the air. Spirit money was scattered across the courtyard. A servant announced, Taoist Master Shen has arrived. Please come in. Sunrong came out to greet Shen Changqing. As he walked, he observed his surroundings, thinking to himself, what a great family. It's a pity they have to endure the tragedy of the old bearing the young. How pitiful. Suddenly, Shen Changqing noticed something. He spoke up. Old Master Sun, can you take me to see the dry well? Old Master Sun nodded sorrowfully. Of course, Taoist Master, please follow me. Shen Changqing saw a white-haired woman continuously tossing spirit money into a fire. Suspicion grew in his heart. Arriving at the well, a wisp of black energy emanated from its depths. Shen Changqing asked, Old Master Sun, is this courtyard for your son's funeral? They both peered down into it. Sunrong replied, sigh. It was evening. The servants weeding the garden had all gone to rest, and I returned to my room after dinner. Who would have thought Fu Gui would run out to play by himself? I am so foolish. My Fu Gui has had such a bitter fate. He was born with a simple mind, and his mother passed away early. I was too busy with business to take proper care of him. For more than 10 years, I always hoped his condition would improve. It was I who failed to care for him. I have wronged him, and I have wronged his mother. As he spoke, he began to sob loudly. When the servants pulled him from the well, he was still moving, covered in blood and mud with broken limbs, but he was still tightly clutching the pellet drum I gave him. He kept calling, Father, it hurts. It is I who deserves to die. Shen Changqing sighed and comforted him. Old Master Sun, please restrain your grief. I will do my very best. Shen Changqing took the bag from his shoulder. He was startled to find someone had snuck into his back basket. When did you get in here? Wait here obediently and don't run around. Then Shen Changqing hands a stack of paper to Old Master Sun, consoling him. Old Master Sun, please don't grieve too much. The dead cannot be revived. But I will recite a passage from the Supreme Scripture of Salvation to pray for your son, hoping that in this life he can escape his karmic obstacles and find happiness in the next life. Xiaobai wags its tail excitedly, its eyes sparkling as it looks at Shen Changqing. How could I miss a chance to see the immortal master perform a ritual? To see him perform a ceremony up close? Suddenly, Xiaobai notices something. The spirit of a woman suddenly appears by the well, startling Xiaobai. What kind of ghost is that? A wandering spirit. How dare it appear in broad daylight? The spirit, with a grateful expression, slowly fades away. Xiaobai is confused. What is going on? Didn't they say the one who jumped into the well was this old man's son? Oh my gosh, so she was saved by the immortal master. The scene shifts to the Shen residence at Tenli Slope. Xiaoqing is startled when someone suddenly appears in front of her. Ah, who is that? Jinyan, the person says gently while floating in midair. I am the city god of this place, young lady. I have some business and wish to pay a visit to Taoist Master Shen. Holding a duck, Xiaoqing politely replies, Oh, you are too late, sir. Taoist Master Shen has returned to Jingyang County to help someone with a ritual. Hearing this, Jinyan immediately vanishes. Thank you, young lady, then I shall not disturb you any longer. Zhao Qing is left truly bewildered. Dong Li's voice calls out, "Zhao Qing, are you done with that duck yet? Hurry up and bring it in." "Who is that big sis?" Zhao Qing huffs angrily, holding the duck, and gets back to her task. "These people are so rude. If the Immortal Master were here, I'd like to see them try that. Daring to just fly around the Immortal Master's residence like that." At the city god temple, Jin Yun holds a ledger and ponders. So the simple-minded son of the Sun family has died. The Immortal Master must be performing a ritual at their home. Wait a minute. Why was there a wandering soul from over 10 years ago at the old Sun residence that has only now reincarnated? Could it be a vengeful spirit? Late at night at the Sun Manor in Jingyang County, Shen Changqing places his tools on the table, listening to the butler's arrangements. "Taoist, Master Shen, we have set up the ritual altar in front of the morning hall as you requested. Please rest for today. If you need anything else, you can call for me at any time." "All right, thank you, Butler Wang." The butler had just left. Shen Changqing immediately dashes off like an arrow, clutching his stomach in agony. This wealthy household is really something else. I even get lost trying to find the restroom. As he passes the morning hall, Shen Changqing stops. Hey, inside the morning hall, there are 2 women burning joss paper in front of 2 coffins. This morning when I arrived, I thought there was only 1 coffin in here. When did another coffin get here? Could it be Old Master Sun has someone else to send off? I never heard the Sun family mention it. This is definitely going to cost extra. Ugh, I can't hold it anymore. Got to find the restroom first. Shen Changqing hurries to find the restroom. As he passes through the willow garden, Shen Changqing encounters his 88th tribulation. There's someone in front of him. A woman with long, flowing white hair and a graceful green dress appears, making her look like a fairy descended to earth. Shen Changqing can't help but think to himself, "This young lady is so beautiful." A beautiful long-haired maiden appears under the hazy moonlight. Shen Changqing is struck speechless by her beauty. "Miss." Then the woman suddenly turns and runs away. Shen Changqing calls out in alarm, Hey, why are you running? I just wanted to ask where the restroom is." A clear night with a cool breeze. What a scene. While Shen Changqing was snoring soundly in his room, a figure kept calling out, Taoist Shen." Annoyed at being woken up, Shen Changqing opened his eyes with a grunt. "Taoist Shen." A face suddenly popped out from the side, scaring the living daylights out of Shen Changqing, who immediately shot up and sent the guy flying several hundred meters with a single palm strike. "Damn it, old 6. What the hell kind of stunt are you pulling in the middle of the night?